Let me go ahead and click record and make sure this is good. Yes, everybody gets an extra level. Yay! Eventually, once you level up. So,
See what you did there.
what can I say? I'm a big old jokester. All right. Well, thank you everybody for joining in. I know it's only been like an hour and a half of trying to get this working, but hey, we're
Right.
here.
And Sig and I were here an hour early.
Yeah, y'all were on really early.
Like around 10,
So we're
10:30.
on 2.5 hours now.
It's okay. It's all right. Well, we will all survive. And
early?
if there's time constraints that kick in and people need to hop off, then I understand. I won't hold it personally.
For the viewers, fun fact, it's already like past. It's almost 9:30 p.m.
Yeah, I was gonna say
in the
for
Netherlands.
Yinny, it's a little
So
different.
I'll be playing until 4 a.m. or something.
That means you switch from whiskey to beer.
There,
Or beer to whiskey.
Right.
Beer to whiskey.
Oh, the whiskey is Jeroen's birthday.
Whiskey
gift.
on
I'll say
beer
I'll
in the clear.
There is a birthday
Beer on
every
whiskey, never.
whiskey every day.
Yeah,
Whiskey,
but I gave it.
whiskey
I gave
before
it
beer,
for-
you're in the
for his
clear.
birthday.
Beer before liquor, never been sicker.
That's right. That's what it was.
That's what I've heard
Wijn,
too.
wijn naar bier geeft plezier, bier naar wijn geeft koppijn.
Exactly.
It's beer. Wine after beer gives fun. Beer after wine gives a headache.
Oh, okay.
Oh. So wine's good all the time.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
It does rhyme, so I agree with Sig.
I will say, if you ever
That
get
counts.
headaches from red wine, just take a little bit of allergy medicine before you start drinking it, and that'll help block the tannins from being absorbed by your body, and you won't get that allergic reaction that gives you the headache and stuff.
That makes sense.
I wouldn't advise taking my allergy medicine with alcohol at all.
It makes it hit a little harder too.
Yeah, but those pills, when I take them, I'm down for the count like in an hour.
Oh, that's
so
funny.
don't take them with alcohol.
So Heather, you were
Actually-
trying to say something too?
So that's a good tip. Thanks, Tim.
Oh, yeah, for sure. For some reason, your mic didn't come through on my side, but maybe it came through on the recording.
No idea.
Yeah. Well, solid. I'm gonna make sure everything's good on here. Pull up the main page on this side too, so I've got that up and running. All right. So I don't know if you guys had much of a chance to watch any of the previous videos from our other sessions, but I figure for those of you who have played before, let's go ahead and roll a d20 and see what you can be able to remember.
Oh no.
So Brad, in using Roll20 in order to be able to roll, you can do /R and then there you go. So far
no.
Mara's got the higher.
What?
Didn't come true, did it? I had a 5.
You had a 5? Oh, and Brad with the 17. All right. So typically, Brad, with the high number right there, you would be giving the recap of what happened in the last session.
Oh no! I thought I'd roll it. No, hey, you would tell me what I remember.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. But
I like that idea. I like the idea of the DM doing it because last session that was perfect.
That is true, but that only happens when someone gets a 20 and picks the DM. So
I'm pretty sure I have disadvantage on this roll, so let me roll again.
I think so.
Quick.
I think you have disadvantage on the roll. Watch you get the 20.
I swear.
In all sincerity, all I remember is we were doing stuff.
Oh, come on.
Oh, look at that. Brad with the good rolls today.
Oh my god, it's meant to be.
Yeah, just give me like an hour to like watch something totally
An
unrelated.
hour. It's a 5-hour long video.
I forgot how long the last session video was.
There you go. Sorry,
I'll
Amara,
give you
as
the
you were
links after
saying,
the game.
you said the
So
only
all
thing
I
you
remember
remembered
from
was
last time is we did stuff, we fought people, we prevailed,
Not people.
or things.
spiders.
Spiders.
Amara woke from the dream about the
There was a
fame.
lot of fire involved, and we won. I know that.
This is true. This is very, very true. And, one of the wolves in particular is one that Ilya is very close to.
Harry! Find your wolves. That's right.
Yeah.
Well, some of them.
Yeah, some of them.
Case and the rest of the pack are still missing. But I forgot I had speak with animals and I didn't.
I feel like I was trying to drop that hint every so often, being like,
It wasn't.
you wanna.
It's on a different. I didn't have a feed until that day, so that was the first time I had a feed. So I never opened the feed page in
Gotcha.
D&D Beyond that says "Speak with Animals." So I just
Nice.
didn't see it. Didn't know I had it.
Having wine, Tim?
This one that I am drinking is a sour Belgian ale. A Flemish sour ale, excuse me, product of Belgium. That is what I have. What about you guys? Anyone else with a fancy brew going on?
The
Cheapest.
cheapest.
Oh.
Water. Liquid.
Fair
IPA
enough.
out
IPA.
of Minneapolis.
There you go.
Surly Furious.
Early is
Um,
good.
It is pretty strong. It is a 6.7
Nice.
ABV, which after the first one made me realize I have not had any food today.
Ah, perfect.
Oh dear.
That's why I was munching about 15 minutes ago.
Good.
Slamming some St. Louis ribs.
Oh, good call. You want to send some to me?
Yeah, Costco.
All right, I'll be right over there.
Yep,
I mean, we
yep,
do have Brad here,
don't
so
go
if
to
we need to go
Costco
to
hungry.
Sam's, then we'll. Yeah, no, I make that mistake all the time.
Oh my gosh, I went in there for crab legs and I left with crab legs, salmon, and ribs.
There you go.
Nice.
Crab legs. I so want to try those one day.
They're
You
delicious.
see those
Scarf.
Americans with big seafood boils, and I'm always like, oh, I want to try.
Mm-hmm.
Low country, got a low country boil going on with the crawdads, the andouille sausage, the corn, the potatoes.
Those.
So good.
Yeah.
Crayfish roll.
Yeah. That's
I'm trying to get some friends to throw one of those together. Oh yeah, the little reds.
Too American.
It's all right. We'll make sure that is on the to-do list when we do end up getting together in person one of these days.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
We'll have a lot of fun with that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, thank you for the recap. I know we kind of blew through it because it's been a while since we've officially met on online and being able to do this type of a thing. But yeah, we ended up going through trying to track down. I'm going to do a little very brief recap of what our objective was leading up to here, and this will also kind of get Brad up to speed too. So thank you again, Brad, for being willing to hop in the midst of our unfolding story.
Welcome.
For having me.
Yeah.
Welcome.
We're excited that you're joining in. We've got a good group.
And we now outnumber the ladies.
Indeed.
The fact that we're still playing after we just had a half-year-long break, that's enough.
So, you guys, the party ended up meeting up originally outside of this really small town of Erebor, and there was a mysterious blight that was affecting their woods, their crops, everything. And they had farm animals that were just dying, standing in the middle of the fields. People were going missing. Their crops were just failing overnight. Literally healthy crops ready for harvest, and then immediately they show up and everything's withered and fallen off the trees. They were tasked with trying to figure out what was going on with all this and if there's anything they could do to stop it. And they found what looks to be like the remains of some sort of ritual that had been done. They found this blight affecting this forest, and over a series of investigations, they ended up tracking down one of these particular missing people. It was a son of, or a grandson of the mayor, that they were looking for, and they found him completely turned into a glassy stone statue of sorts. And he had these tattoos and everything all over his body in these different runes that looked like a hodgepodge of different languages kind of mixed together. And he was just turned to that completely in the middle of this abandoned cathedral. They also got word that there was another missing person who had left the town and headed north away from it to go scout some different pathways to get over to they were trying to get up to Baldur's Gate. They were trying to get up to do some trading up in that area. And specifically, this was a family of gnomes that they had encountered, a family of rock gnomes. And one of them in particular, Timond, I believe is what his name was, had left to go scout out this area and had not come back. He had been gone for about a 10 days, so he had been gone for a week. And our intrepid adventurers said that they would be able to track this person down. They enlisted the help of the local. You could think of them like a bouncer. Initially, that's what they just thought that this person was. They were just a bouncer outside of the main ale house, the main area, and they ended up finding out a little bit more about this person named Muckdoth, where Muckdoth is actually a member of the Northern Rangers Guild and had been tasked with coming out to this specific area due to the various blights that weren't just happening here in Erebor, but rumor had been saying that these blights were popping up all over the place, and the Rangers had been contracted by some mages outside of Candlekeep, or out of Candlekeep, to try to track down the source of what was going on. So there's a larger plan that's unfolding with all of this. You're hot on the trail about 3 days north of Erebor, or northwest of Erebor, and uh, the trail ended up leaving a few different paths when you decided to go take on some bandits that had attacked you, that were remnants of, well, as far as you could tell, they were remnants of some sort of army of Elturel, the Hell Riders. You don't know what could have caused these people to do this, or what their intentions are, but you do know that you had been attacked one night, when Ilya was on watch and, well, just wasn't really watching as well as we had hoped. um,
Got stuck with the
No
crossbow
hate,
bolt
no hate.
again
it was the
and
the first
again
of
and again.
several crossbow bolts. uh,
When there's a crossbow around, I'll catch the bolt.
exactly. You don't have to worry about her not doing that. So you ran into them, took care of their little outpost before getting back on this trail. Ended up cutting through these woods where you heard a large scuffle going on, and found part of the pack that Ilya used to run with, embroiled in a fight with a bunch of these very large, angry spiders, that had
Gotcha.
claimed this part of the woods. And so where we pick up is right after our intrepid adventurers have saved this wolf pack. They stepped in, they provided help, and Ilya, at the end of last session, I can't remember. Can you remind me if you did officially speak with Mary? Did you ever use your speak with animals?
No, because we ended the session, and that's when you said, when I was like, you were editing the short rest stuff.
That's right.
And when I was clicking the short rest, I was like, what the hell? I've got to speak with animals.
There you go.
So that was after. Yeah, I just didn't know I had it.
There we
Didn't
go.
realize that.
So that's where we will pick up, is right there. Y'all are you're able to take a short rest in this area. I mean, you did just have a big fight. You had taken a long rest. I know for us in real life it's been a very long time, but for your characters, it's only been a few hours since you had just finished a long rest. So yeah, what do you want to do? You're at the
After a
north edge
big
of the
fight.
forest.
That was after a big fight.
That was after a big fight. That's right.
Well, we can get rid of this captive person or take him with us. What you want to do?
I would love to be able to go if you wouldn't mind.
Um,
I mean, watching him is kind of boring.
we're talking to the dude.
Yeah, Mikkel. So when our group ended up attacking this outpost that had attacked them, it was an outpost of bandits. they did take one captured and brought him back with them as they were running away from some reinforcements. So that is Mikkel. He is
Okay, so Mikkel, at the end of
uh,
last session, he got kind of whiny and snivelly and wanted to leave.
yes.
And then
Yeah, but
Sig
that's the
said,
reason he helped in the fight.
well, yeah, because Mikkel said that he was going to get killed if he went back. And now he's saying, well, I want to go back. And
I
that
don't
was when Sig
I don't want to
said,
go back.
I
I don't
think
want
the
to be.
the safest place for you to be is with us.
Fine, you're right.
so,
Yeah, you already rolled a persuasion check on that as well, and he was like, okay.
I did. Yeah, I rolled a 15 on it.
Yep.
so he can stay with us, but one of y'all can babysit him then.
And the little fairy is going to be your babysitter, and she will let you on fire if you misbehave.
Are you in small form right now? Okay. Yeah, so he definitely looks over at you. And you can just see like his eyes go a little bit wider because he's watched you destroy these monstrous spiders that were all around, and he's gonna be even more wary of trying to even accidentally misstepping when he's around you guys.
Poor guy. I really feel for the guy.
Kind of don't
kill
feel
one.
because he tried to kill us. All of those.
Yeah,
He
but
tried-
he helped me save my friends, the wolves. So I said that during the fight. He's scoring points with Ilya, and he did.
He's still a naughty
It
boy.
was just the money. I was only in it for the money.
Say that now.
That now.
That is so rude. Just doing things just simply for money. So rude. We're going to give you a higher purpose.
Okay. Okay, sure. I'll try to.
Yeah. And right now your higher purpose is not being lit on fire.
I'm fine with not being lit on fire.
Let's go.
Okay. So you start walking a little bit further north. Mary starts walking with you guys a little bit as well as you're resting.
Are they still around?
They are right now. You can see that the pack is getting a little bit restless.
Can you speak with animals?
Sure, you can totally speak with animals.
Because last time I asked her about, well, I didn't just speak with animals, but I asked her where Chase was. And she just butted my head or something, I think you said.
Yeah. So that's what.
I want to ask that question.
Sure. So Mary passes on a little bit about what the pack has encountered since you've last been around them. She tells you that the woods of the Sharp Teeth are very dangerous right now, and the pack has been displaced. She says that specifically there's a strangeness to the woods that makes the pack uncomfortable. And that they are currently in search of Chase. She has the pack scouting around in different areas, and they were heading in the opposite direction of you guys when they came into the woods, and they tried to sleep in for the night, at which point they were ambushed by these very large spiders, and that's when you guys came upon them.
Was that the first time that they came across such spiders?
She tells you that they had never encountered these spiders in these woods before, that before this, these spiders had never been here, that these woods had been completely clear for them to roam through. She says that these spiders have come down from the pass.
The pass. Do I know where? Yeah, I know where the pass is. But
You go ahead and roll a history check for me.
Ooh, the druid rolling intelligence.
My intelligence isn't that bad, but that roll is.
She tries to convey it in a way that you would understand, because wolves don't use like city names or anything like that. It's all geographical features that they talk about, and
Yeah, the sun and the moon.
she tries to describe to you the scent of the wind blowing down a mountain and picking up the smells of the lake. And she tries to paint that image in your mind for where it is that she knows these spiders used to live. Um, but with your role, you're having a hard time being able to put exactly where she's talking about.
Okay.
But you do get the image of
Um,
like some sort of a mountain breeze near a body of water. That's the picture that you get in your mind.
as I'm in human form, anything else you think I should ask her? Because I can just talk with my group. Is there anything? I'm speaking with Mary right now. Is there anything that you think I should ask?
Mm,
Yeah, has she seen men like the person we're traveling with?
That's a good one. Has she?
She responds to you.
Men are men.
I've
Men or women?
seen two legs, such as yourself, different. Um, their skin looked different. That's the only kind of interpretation that she tries to pass on to you.
Like a dragon?
Different from me or the elf?
The wolf kind of turns and looks at you and then looks expectantly back at Ilya, assuming you're translating for Amara. Uh, Different from both. Very, what's the word? Covered.
Like
Um,
dragons? Like alligators? Crocodiles?
she shakes her head. She shakes her head no. Um, and she comes over and I forget. Mm, what are your characters looking like right now? That's something that we haven't talked about in a while. And just so Brad also has an image in his mind of who you are. So like, what does Ilya look like?
Ilya has a bit darker hair than mine, golden eyes that shine in reflect with light in dappled sunlight or something, or in shadow. But she wears mostly leathers, like green, brown, forest colors, because she used to run with the wolves. And that's like camouflage and yeah, good gear to have in the woods.
She's
She
a
has
wood elf, right?
Yeah, a wood elf.
Okay.
She has a necklace with a well, sort of like a stone with a honey drop pendant that she uses as a rope dart. What else can I say about myself? She has a bow.
Yeah. Sweet.
And yeah, she walks with wolves
There you go.
right now.
What about you,
And
Zig?
this is like for his image, Mary is a dire wolf, so it's like eye to eye.
Dire wolf, yeah. So Mary's very big, not a regular wolf. The other wolves are regular wolves, but Mary is a dire wolf, and they're talking about finding another of their pack,
Dire wolf.
which was named Chase, and it is also a dire wolf. So these two dire wolves tended to run this pack, from what Ilya has passed on to the group. What about you, Zig?
Siegfried or Siggy is probably around 6'3", 6'4".
Tall in the water.
Very large, very muscular, well groomed, very hygienic. Wears chainmail, has a two-handed sword on his back, and is now carrying a new battle axe. He has wavy, feathered blonde hair, blue eyes, pale complexion, holds himself in a very light demeanor. very welcoming, very friendly, very easy to like and appreciate, and probably if you have any kind of intuition or insight, a rolling storm underneath that calm, placid water. Like if he gets, like if you light the fuse, the bomb's gonna be big.
Yep.
I think yeah.
Just yeah, don't light the fuse. Colors are a combination of fiery, energetic orange and light rose pink.
He-Man.
He-Man.
Yep.
Yeah.
He is a paladin of Suni, the goddess of love.
Okay.
What
And he
about
just looks like He-Man.
yeah? What about
Kinda,
Amara?
More Prince Adam.
More Prince Adam.
Prince Adam in
exactly.
chainmail.
Yes.
Prince Adam in chainmail. Yeah.
So Amara, she comes from the Feywild, has never been outside the Feywild except for this first time, and she has learned that people will be very friendly and are very diverse in the world, but also there are some that will try to kill you, and that has never happened with Feywild in her entire life of 30, almost 30 years. And she is no larger than 4 feet tall in large form and small form. I'm an inch tall. I have big purple wings and yeah,
Nice.
purple wings and blue skin hair, and I'm wearing a blue dress. I learned what how other people, other creatures and races and species make babies. I learned that as well. I eat anything.
She kept asking everyone we met.
She's very innocent, very naive when it comes to those, and it's wonderful.
Yeah.
And the only other person that you have with you outside of this bandit that you have captured, who's kind of following along, his name is Mikhail, is your big bouncer, beautiful lady in armor, Mukdoth.
Okay.
Mukdoth is a half orc who is wearing a full suit of artificer's armor. Specifically, right now, she's got a power field that's kind of generated around it that keeps her safe and makes her just a force to be reckoned with um, on the battlefield. She has her whole left arm up to her, I believe it was her shoulder, her elbow. I can't remember where I said it was. Is a prosthetic arm that she has designed herself, and occasionally you'll see her like fiddle with bits, and the hand will retract, and a beer mug will come out, or like other things like that. Um,
Nice.
but
Go get you.
yeah, go
Yeah.
gadget Mukdoth. Um, but yeah, she is a tall, athletic built half orc who likes to wade into the midst of combat and um, lay waste with her thunder gauntlets that she has on. So she'll get that thunder punches going on. Um,
And serve beers to her
and serve
comrades.
beers to her comrades.
Beers that are very, very advantageous.
This is true.
She's so pretty.
So pretty. Yep.
She is so
girl.
pretty.
She enjoys Sig's attention.
So pretty.
You'll have to talk to her sometime.
Ilya just enjoys watching Sig interact with other people.
Yep.
Just like an observer.
Oh, you're not outside of Sig's love. Just know this.
So going back to the question that
Hello
you had
there.
asked Mary, you had asked Mary what they looked like, if they were related to like dragonkind or anything like that. She shakes her head no, and she doesn't see anything around that she could be able to use to help describe it any better to your mind. She just goes different, long, long clothes. Um, that's kind of what she tries to imply. But she does turn and she points north, back from the direction that you guys had been following up, going through these woods, as you were trying to track down the trail of this gnome who had gone missing in this general area. She does indicate that they had with them a small group of people, but that they smelled wrong and the pack stayed clear of them. Um, she seems to imply that they may have been up to not so not so good reason, or not. Yeah, they haven't been up to anything good up there in the woods. They're just a little bit further up north. She says about half a day.
Half a day as the wolf runs, so that's about a day for us.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, guys, what do you want to do?
Go north still, right?
Yeah.
That was the direction we were going. Yeah.
Yeah, that was where we were going when we met the wolves.
There you go.
Do we want to do anything with these spiders?
You can try
Looking
to milk
around
them.
at all the.
It's like chop them
These
up.
are animal bodies with signs of direwolf bites, and I think they'll be like. Is there any obvious? Because no offense, Sig rolled poorly like every attack. Do they even have blade cuts, or do they only have like more natural? Oh, they have fire. They have burns.
Didn't we talk about doing a short rest before we
Yes.
went on?
Yeah, you
We
can
did the short
if you haven't clicked the short rest button, go ahead.
As we're doing a short rest, I pull out my cooking utensils.
Most excellent.
First chef.
So a short rest is like about an hour, right?
It's an hour, exactly.
Okay.
We're gonna get a good meal.
I'm gonna pull out some carrots and some partridge and some fruit.
Make sure you
Good
put
call.
beetles.
And then we can take we hit the short rest. And then is there a button for hit dice?
Yes, so when you click the short rest, it'll pop up with the hit dice at the bottom of it,
Okay.
and you can be able to select.
But
how
we
many you
did
use.
do the short rest already, right?
Yes, yeah.
Did we do that?
You
Okay.
you
Yeah,
did
at
it
the end of
while
the
you're
video.
talking, and
I don't know if you clicked it, but while we were looking around and found I found the helmet that I put on disgusting.
Yep.
But we're all disgusting anyways. So I found that helmet while we were looking around during the short rest, and that was when I clicked it. I don't know if you did, but I clicked the short rest.
Yeah.
Okay, it shows that I clicked one of the hit die, but I don't think I rolled it because I'm still at like 12 hit points. Did I have
Yeah.
less than 12 hit points?
No, you were at 12. So if you click the roll hit die button, that's right there beside it.
Okay.
That should also.
3. And then can I throw my meal in there?
Sure.
Oh, big 4.
Oh,
I
my
rolled
goodness.
so many ones on that food.
Beetles will recover your health much faster. and
Sorry,
funny.
dog came home.
Hi, Grayson.
Hi, Grayson. Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
he instantly found the fish.
Hi.
Okay.
Hi,
I
buddy.
healed my big 4.
Okay.
Look, he's sitting like, oh, is that for
And
me?
you can roll as many times as you want. That's you've got
the hit dice?
Yeah, you can roll them as many hit dice as you have. You can be able to use them. So at third level, you have the 3 hit dice.
3.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I'll roll another.
Yeah,
I
those
use
are
6 dirt from the ground for some spice.
What'd you say you're gonna give for some spice?
I give 6 some dirt from the ground.
Oh, nice. That's so good.
There's another 4.
There you go.
That's good.
That's good.
Put that away.
I'm only 5 short. That's
you-
fine.
It's eating. Look at the bagging.
Amara loves the dirt that you add into the dish as well. Um,
Oh,
for her sampling that you do. Does that one count for everybody?
What's that?
So from your chef's ability, you roll that.
I don't think so. I think everybody rolls separately.
I
I think.
Because I promised Infinity that I would check
Or-
things like that.
Actually, it doesn't say, so it's really up to you. Like you can say,
No,
okay,
it
that
says-
that
it
meal.
says, at the end of the short rest, any creature who eats the food and spends 1 or more hit dice to regain hit points regains an extra 1d8 hit point.
Okay, so it's
if we
individual.
roll our short rest, then we get a 1d8 extra.
Okay.
Yes, everyone gets 1d8 extra.
Yep.
I didn't roll my thing, my hit die. Roll hit die.
Okay, and
Plus
then your
1d8.
treats are for a long rest.
Yes.
Plus 1d8.
I just made the thing on there so I can just like roll it.
Perfect.
Like you can just do your hit die and I'll add it on there.
Okay.
So you get an extra 4.
So I get 7 total. Well, I
7
only needed
total.
3. Not helpful.
Oh, okay. Well,
But I was in wild shape, and my wild shape damage doesn't take down from my own.
no, it doesn't. You OP druid.
I'm not good.
I think Rachel will be sitting here like the rest of the session while the fish is on the table.
There you go. All right, so you do your
Was
short rest.
Amara injured at all?
Don't recall that I don't have any damage on my sheet.
Then you probably weren't.
Yeah, I think you were okay. It was the fight
think I was
before that.
And then I was just burning everything to fucking cinders.
And
Yep.
that poison condition, does that go away at a short rest?
Yeah, you're no longer poisoned.
You know what? Oh, there we go. I did one more.
Bye.
So now I'm at max.
There you go. Solid.
Yay!
Yep. If you had any type of poison condition from that fight, it all goes away. You're good.
Cool.
All right. Yep. So you guys wrap up your short rest, and Mary is telling Ilya that they're ready to keep moving forward to go track down Chase, but to look for them. She tries to put that mental image in your mind again of the lake and then the mountain breeze coming down over top of the lake, and says that's where they plan on looking. And then she
For
conveys,
Chase.
yeah, for Chase, and she conveys that was a favorite playing area that Chase loved to go to when they were pups. So
Does that ring a bell for me where it is?
this would have been before you had joined in with their pack. So yeah, I don't.
Because I'm a wood elf, I'm a lot more long-lived than one pack of wolves.
This is very, very true. Yeah, with just sticking with the previous roll of the history, since it didn't initially jog a memory. So far, it doesn't jog a memory of where it might be. But she does imply that she's going to continue looking, and now that she knows that you're alive, she's very excited about that. And she does nuzzle up against you again, and
Here we go.
and says
A big hug, die wolf.
that this won't be the last time that you see her. That's what she says.
Well, we meet again. That's all right.
All right. So they start taking off back, going the opposite direction from where you're heading, kind of loping through the woods, and you can hear some howls as they're communicating to each other to get everyone to go, and it's almost like a not quite a farewell, but it's a see you later.
Even in just my, I want to say human form, my wood elf form,
Yep.
I howl with them.
There you go.
I howl with them.
All right. So you guys ready to keep going north?
So we
Yeah, someone else coming walking out of the wood, I see.
Yeah.
aka Marcus. Ik love that. Hij heeft een hij heeft een achtergrond met bomen. En elke keer als hij wegloopt, zeg maar vanuit de bomen komen.
All right. So if we're heading back up through the woods, keeping on going north to try to catch the path again. Mary gave you pretty good directions and said, it's about a half a day's march as far as the wolf goes. So you're thinking it probably would take you about a day to get up that far. You wanting to go in the same type of way that you have been going, where someone's leading, someone's in the middle, and someone's at the back?
Yeah, I'll take the lead.
All
And
right.
Mikhail, you are with me? Right next to me.
Okay, I'll walk beside you.
Before we set out, I want to call my raven back and let her scout a bit as we walk, because we're getting in more dangerous areas.
Okay.
And with a short rest, I got my wild shape back, so I'm gonna call my raven.
All right. And I believe last time we looked at it, and your raven will be around for an hour for your expenditure of that sorry, not the short rest, is for that expenditure of your wild shape, correct?
Yeah, I'm trying to find a wild companion without find familiar spell.
Yeah, because Find
Maybe
Familiar
this
would
Find
typically stay
Familiar.
around for forever until it's dismissed. But I think with the wild shape or the Find Companion, it's a little bit different.
You're familiar. How long does it stay? Duration instantaneous. It doesn't say, and it does say where it talks about the feat. As an action, you can expend a use of your wild shape future to cast the Find Familiar spell without material components. Oh yeah, when you cast in this way, it disappears in 1 hour.
Okay.
So yeah, it's 1 hour.
All right. Yeah.
Then
So
I'll wait to go to.
okay. So you're wait. You'll get a little bit closer up and do that. Okay. Sounds
Yeah.
like a plan. All right. So Amara, Mikael looks over at you and asks, what would you want me to do while we're walking? Do you want me to like look out for things or what?
Absolutely look out for things that might be something of interest or a threat.
Okay. I'll do that. So since you and he are leading, would you be able to go ahead and roll me either a perception or a survival for picking up the trail and keeping an eye out on things? And I will let you do it at advantage because Mikael is helping you.
Do advantage again, you hold shift.
Yes, you hold shift. And if you hold control and you do it, it does it at disadvantage. Oh yeah, with the 19, you have no problem being able to pick up the path that Mary had been suggesting you continue on forward with. Even with the snow that's coming down, it's easy enough to be able to navigate through and find your way going up. So let's go ahead and let me make sure I've got my dice. All right. So the first half of the journey is a pretty uneventful one. The weather, let's make sure. The weather is going to stay the same as you're continuing on forward. It is just a little bit of a light snow that's coming down. It was denser when you were in the forest where you had all the webbing and things, but now that you're starting to enter into more sparsely populated areas, as far as trees are concerned, it's easier to be able to see through the snowdrifts that are coming across. So you get about a half a day's march as you're going forward. And with a 19, you would be able to spot in the distance what looks to be like a lit section of woods. There's a sparse group of trees that are probably a quarter of a mile ahead of you, or a quarter of a kilometer ahead of you. I don't know which makes more sense. Half a kilometer? I don't know. I don't know the conversion.
Just
It's
do
fine.
the base. Just do it.
Kilometer. I think
right?
it's 0.6
Yeah,
kilometers per mile.
when miles and I always get confused
So
with
it's
miles. So
it's
stick to days
7/10
I
of a
think it's
furlong.
0.6.
Uh,
One click. No.
3,000 acres ahead. No. Yeah. So
Acres, that's
yeah, exactly. Right. You're good.
Basically, yeah. Call it half a mile.
Half a mile. Half a mile
A
ahead.
click is
Couple
roughly
hours.
half a mile.
Oh, half a mile, couple minutes.
You
hour.
can see that the trees that it's been a lot less dense of an area than what you had been going through in the forest where you were attacked by the spiders. But ahead of you, about a half a mile ahead, you do see what looks to be probably like a campfire of some sort illuminating some of the trees. It doesn't look to be very big, and you're still, a pretty decent ways off.
There's like a fire ahead, in that little bit of woods. Okay, fire. Okay. We're headed straight for it, I think.
Yeah, it's pretty much on that direct path that you're going.
Okay. So
Should we
what do
try
we
to
do?
should we try to be sneaky, or should we just walk up and say, "Hey"?
I have very high stealth, and I have that in the wild.
I can fly ahead too on my little farm and try to look.
Okay. Well, if anything bad happens,
You guys do.
give the signal.
There you go. So you're going to turn
Oh,
into
alright.
your small form and fly ahead.
If anything bad happens, remember to do this.
You better stay back with Ilya and Sig.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's probably
I'm
smart
going
because
to
I'm
go
not really
up
stealthy.
with her as well and use Mask of the Wild. There's no action. That's just you can attempt to hide even when you're only lightly obscured.
What?
I'll follow below her with Mask of the Wild, so I'm hidden.
Sure. Okay. Go ahead and roll me a stealth for both of you guys, and you're in small form in the middle of snow, and you're already really far away. So I'm not anticipating this being that difficult.
Net one. My rolls. Did you notice how I've been rolling?
What is your
Yeah.
your ability give you, Yenny?
You can attempt to
Ilya.
hide even when you're only lightly obscured.
Okay. Fair enough.
That's all that it says. So I can attempt. I'm failing miserably.
Yeah, so Amara, you get into small form and you start getting a lot closer, and all of a sudden you hear, "Oh shit!" And as Ilya is attempting to sneak through and steps on the side of a hill that was
That's my freaking
just
heart.
completely covered in snow and ice, and just slips and just slides just only 10 feet, not very long, but all the way to the base of this hill, making a big crashing sound that kind of
Welcome to
echoes
party.
out. And Amara, this happens right as you're getting, a few, probably 50 yards away from this campsite that's up there. And when that sound happens, you see, you don't see anybody around the campfire because there's a large tent and several trees that are kind of blocking it, but you do see the shadows that are being cast by this campfire. There is this almost giant looking creature on the other side of you that you can't see. You can only just see this shadow from
Oh
where
my
you are.
gosh. That shadow looks really, really big, Ilya. And you just made all the noise in the world, all the noise in the world. I think that was the signal. And in fact, that's the signal. I think Ilya set the signal off.
So
Okay.
are you doing the wave that Sig? She's
That's what I did when I fell. When I
Mukdoth,
fell, my hands went up like.
Mukdoth and Mikkel, they start running through the woods to try to catch up to you.
I pull out Hugh.
You pull out Hugh. And
He's
Mukdoth and Mikkel quickly comes over to Yenny and like picks her up. Mukdoth keeps on running forward and
Like a big, wait, Mukdoth. There's a big giant shadow over there. It's like a big creeper. Big.
well, it probably
Creeper?
knows that we're coming. And she powers her fists together.
Oh yeah.
And she comes around. She runs around the corner and
Well-
she's in a fighting position. And Brad, what do they see?
Okay, well, like with this little introduction, like things are just gonna be a bit different. But basically, because they snuck up on me and surprised me and all that, it's like whenever I heard Yenny falling, I'm just like, who goes there? Like just totally shocked and.
No one, nothing, no one.
as you were.
But, but whenever I can't remember her name. The person who just ran around the corner with the thunder gauntlets or whatever. I'm just like, oh wait, stop, wait.
Mukdoth. It took me 3 sessions to remember that name.
I'm just looking at Peck like, wait, stop, wait, I'm a friend, wait.
Oh, whoops.
Well, I don't know how to introduce myself actually nowadays. I'm just totally flustered and just freaking out, so.
Oh my! I
why
wrote
is
it
my zero doing that? Oh, I'm just mistyping. That's why.
A big shadow screaming he's a friend, but we don't know that. Like Mikhail here was not a friend. He tried to kill us, so.
I'm trying to figure out how to attack with this.
Mukdoth is.
We're gonna attack.
If you're wanting
Wait
to
a
attack with
second.
it, go to your inventory and make sure it's equipped. And if you have
Yeah.
to attune to it, click on attunement and make sure that it's clicked on attunement. And then
I am
it'll show up.
trying to. I'm trying to figure out how to do it one-handed or versatile. Two-handed.
Oh, gotcha. Not like physically setting it up in D&D Beyond. My apologies.
Right.
I think you can change in actions or something to set it to multi-attack.
Good.
When you click the button in D&D Beyond, it'll give you the damage for both one-handed and
Oh,
two-handed
okay.
at once. And so you just tell
Okay.
me like before you attack,
Yeah.
I'm swinging 2 hands.
It's always 2 hands.
Good. Yeah, Mukdoth kind of like you see her pause because she was expecting like something really big, and she then looks down and sees you and is
Hi.
very confused.
Like I just imagine whenever they came up, like I was like combing my beard or mustache or something. I hear the noise. I'm just like, oh, and then she comes around the corner like, ah, wait, ah.
You is that your fire over here that made that big old shadow that scared my friend back over there?
Yeah, it's my fire. Yes, you're welcome to if you like.
Come on,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
okay. Come on.
Ilya comes walking up, still plucking leaves from her hair, and
Okay, I fly over in my little form. Mikhail, come. Go.
Mikhail like sheepishly follows and she's like,
Sig walks up with X.
Hi.
Sig, you probably don't need that, but I mean, you never know.
I go and smell him.
What do you do when this little fairy flies up to you and starts smelling you?
Just like kind of back away. Just excuse me, hello.
My ladies, what have we come upon?
I think it's
This is
I think it's one of those miniature humans that I've always heard about.
For the term no, actually is what I am. Thank you very
no.
much.
Are you Tim and the Fleet? That was a gnome, right? Tim and the Fleet?
That sounds familiar.
Is that right?
I put the X away.
Tim and the Fleet. Is your name Tim and the Fleet?
No, my name is not Tim and Fleet. I am Jason Natial, the
Oh,
gnome
Jason
bar
Natial.
hero.
That's Claudius. Oh, okay.
Gnome Bar
Um,
Hero. Very interesting.
I tried to assess the character of this gnome.
Go ahead and roll an insight.
Yeah, me too.
Now.
Can I roll one too?
Ooh, I got a big 7 with my +4 and everything.
Yeah.
My rolls are hot as they were last time.
I think you're still kind of recovering from the bloodlust that overtook you for a second coming around that corner with Hugh, and it's clouding your
Oh, I
judgment
guess
a little bit.
I stab him in the head.
All right. Here's how we handle
No,
PvP. It's very
No,
simple.
no,
I
I
say,
just-
"Do you accept?" And you say yes or no.
I just yeah, no. I scrunch my face and let the other party members do the talking.
Is it like
as
disgruntled, or you're
talking,
trying to intimidate him?
No. Like I just don't know what to make out of it.
Gotcha. Okay.
Like
as the Mara and Macduff were talking with Jason, I'm just looking around. Do I see signs of more people? Do I see
Go
like
ahead
does he
and
have
roll me
something,
an
or how did he
investigation.
I'm digging in my bag for leaves and
Come
flowers.
on. Oh yeah, right.
And I'm gonna like some
You see no
Jason.
sign of anybody.
here.
No,
You don't even see
Jason.
signs of Jason. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm useless today. I found another leaf.
I'm Amara of the Feywild. I'd like to meet you.
Do you
Nice to meet you.
have a leaf on your hand or anything?
Got a flower.
Oh, okay,
Yes.
perfect. So she does
Well-
a famous greeting to you. Is it on his face now?
Amar Heather has problem talking, so what she always does is she has a leaf and she pushes it against your cheek, and that's her greeting. So that's what she's doing.
That's, thank you. I think this is nice, right? Yes.
I'm so excited to meet you. So excited.
Well, awesome. Well, it seems like you have not stumbled upon a fearsome ogre waiting to ambush you.
Really big from over there. Like the biggest thing I ever saw in my life, but that's good.
Yeah. So, Jason, do you want to describe your what you look like?
Sure. I'm pretty short. I stand about 3'1", I believe. I'm just making all this stuff up. I hadn't thought about appearance at all, just for reference.
That's good.
How big?
3'1", so right about the size of Amara. Maybe a little taller than Amara.
Maybe, yeah. I've got, we'll just say like curly blonde hair on top, and then like kind of a nice mustache goatee that's like grown down like a bit to about chest level for me or so. That's like nicely combed. Top of the head, gnomes are just wild and crazy, but like the beards and mustaches, I guess they maintain well. I'm wearing a blue shirt like I currently am, like a nice like bright red vest over that, like just for like I'm obviously not built for camouflage. I'm built for like I'm used to being a performer and the center of attention and yada yada, like in the cities telling tales and whatnot.
Where are
you? Sorry.
Where do you come, Jason?
Where am I
Backstory.
From where?
So
little
like
the
where
little
I don't like where I come from.
the little flashy one is giggly. I like this.
It's a nervous tick.
Is
Sorry.
that beeswax you have in your mustache?
Yes, it keeps it quite nice and fresh, and the smell is so pleasant.
I approve. I like this little one.
Thank you. I appreciate it, Mr.
He has a token. What's on his token?
there we go. Try to get a little closer.
You may call me Sig.
Thank you, Mr. Sig. I'm Jason, not to yell.
I'm like all the way zoomed into roll 20.
Jason Natea, yes. Fabulous title.
Thank you.
And what's all that stuff hanging on your belt? Are those the instruments? Do you have instruments with you?
Yeah, I've got at least a flute, and a hand drum, I believe,
A
in my
what?
equipment. A hand drum, just a small drum.
You play the music.
What would you like to hear?
Um, I like this one song from the Feywild called "The Wild Wild Windstorm." Please play that.
Roll into that one.
See how it goes.
Yeah, let's roll a performance. Let's see, just based off of the name alone that Amara
First roll
gives
the
you.
game.
Drum roll, literally.
You can just click
There it goes.
performance.
I got 11 plus 6.
Ooh, solid.
Ooh,
Yeah, with that, you play like a nearly flawless rendition of it right off the just spur of the moment, and you just go for it. And Amara, how's that make you feel?
Dancing in the air. This is
Nice.
the best rendition I've ever heard, even from the Feywild. You are great.
Thank you.
I like you, little one. That was funny. And Buck Doth, when she says this, you have to realize she's just under like 7 feet tall. She's got that half orc real strong. She's
Beauty. She's got that half orc beauty.
beauty. She is a good looking half orc. Yeah, this is
She
for sure.
is.
A character I do appreciate half orcs myself. Like honestly, I feel like my two characters are definitely like for my personality anyway. Like are half orc and like gnome.
Nice.
Both.
I'm loving
Like,
it. I'm loving it.
like my half orc side half whatever would be School of Valor, and my gnome like inside personality etc. I would say is gnome School of Lore.
Nice.
I appreciate half orc.
Perfect. Well, one of these days I'll have to make a half orc, half gnome, and we'll have to just figure out how that worked.
Oh my gosh. How would you do that on Hero Forge?
I could do it.
I think like the most interesting mix I've heard of was my former DM wanted to make a character that was half orc, half elf, and I think basically like bard
Uruk-hai?
pirates type. Maybe.
Viva la
He was
Dirty,
just talking
Rowan.
about, like, oh, I want to play this in a future game, but then he moved to I live in Ohio, and he moved to it was Minnesota or Milwaukee, I think.
Gotcha.
So yeah.
Well, we don't know anybody that lives in Minnesota.
Mm-mm.
Not at all.
Minnesota, but have you been to Duluth?
I have been to Duluth.
Because
I
I have
That
been.
in Minnesota,
Did you get the
or-
shirt?
No, because the Duluth I'm talking about is Duluth, Georgia.
Oh,
Well, you can have
Interesting.
a shirt. I've been to Duluth from there too. You know, it can
I
happen.
guess.
What is
Yeah.
Duluth? What is Duluth?
Duluth is a small, kind of big city in Minnesota that is on Lake Superior, one of the Great Lakes.
Okay.
Okay.
Let me double check so we're not assuming because it's he's one of my Facebook friends, Connor Dane. Like I just want to make sure so I'm not saying, oh hey, so you guys
and
aren't
he's
looking
like,
for
I don't
Connor one
live there.
day.
Use the restroom. Peter.
No, he's from Kentucky.
You know, Minnesota, Kentucky. Look at him confused
I
all
mean,
the time.
While he looks,
They're basically the same.
Yeah,
They both have roads.
yeah. They're
They
both
both
flat,
have
right?
woods.
Is Minnesota flat or is
Minnesota's pretty flat in comparison. Kentucky's pretty hilly.
Okay. Fair enough.
And then there is the Netherlands.
Hmm.
That's flatter than flat. But you said no half orc. Did you know that Rowan in People of Dirty Bodger, he's half Goliath and half dwarf?
Yes.
Who is?
Bodger.
Rowan from People of Dirt League. He
Hmm.
plays Bodger the blacksmith that you also see in their skits. But he's half dwarf and half Goliath. And he's a barbarian.
Yeah, one of my favorite characters I ever made was like a 90-year-old gnome who was multi-classed druid and barbarian. And the druid was circle or totem of the bear, and
Ooh.
the whole thing that he would do is he would just get enraged and just go charging at something, this little gnome, and all of a sudden, like mid running towards something, he would just turn into an 8 foot tall polar bear and
Holy
just start
cow.
wrecking everything as a
Wow.
barbarian. And he, Totem of the Bear is like you have half resistance to all damage types except for psychic, I think. Um,
That's not
Someone wants attention.
so
Okay.
yeah, and then he would just like
Oh.
after the fight, he would just shrink back down to being this 90-year-old frail, angry gnome.
nice.
That's like Yoda at the
Yes,
end of Clone Wars.
yes.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Give me, give me.
So yeah,
But I did check. My buddy moved to Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Milwaukee. Okay.
Okay, nice.
That's about 4 hours from here.
That's not too bad.
Yep.
It's closer than I am. I'm
Right.
a 6 hour flight. Maybe a 4 hour
Mhm.
flight. I don't know.
Let me see
Wow.
here.
But cool. So yeah, you've run into Jason up here. And
4.5 hours away.
4.5 hours. Man, look at you.
Yep.
je mag wel een billet.
You know your stuff. But
Well, I
yes.
just phoned it.
So here's the cheater in us. My goodness.
hmm
Look at that.
If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
It's only cheating if you get caught.
Or bust yourself. Well, if you bust yourself, is it still cheating?
I don't know.
I
Potentially.
think so.
I think that's an exception.
Gotcha. Okay.
Passion, not cheating.
So, Ilya, you did not see any signs of anyone else around this particular area outside of one set of directions that was coming in from the east, which you're fairly positive were tied to Jason coming in to camp out in this area.
Okay.
Jason, why are you here all alone?
I was sent by the town to look for the others.
Which others?
See all the gnomes back at the town? Those gnomes?
Okay, I'm gonna
You're already asking the questions.
I can't remember the
You're good.
gnome's name
Yeah.
before.
So
Anything you say now is just canon.
Yeah, okay.
it's just canon, exactly.
It's wrong.
Mhm,
It's just
mhm.
canon.
It's the new
Yep.
canon.
It's the rule of improv. It's yes and.
Yes, and it's not the
Right.
no but.
Yep. No but. It's yes and.
Yes, and.
Someone says, "Oh my gosh, I saw you wearing spandex with the butts cut out." You know, it's like yes, and I did have that cape, and the wind was like flying,
Yeah.
so I'm not as perverted as you make me
No, just
sound. So.
go for it. Don't feel.
And it feels better because it's a little bit of a breeze, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yep, it makes my farts squeak. It's really great.
Yeah, so you would know that there was a town that was a few days east of here, so it would have been a few days directly north of Erebor. It wasn't along the Chiantha River, but having been familiar enough with this area, there was a small town called Four Kings, that
Oh.
it was about the same type of size as Erebor. And Jason would pass on that they had a group of soldiers that had come back through that area and had talked about how they had encountered a strangeness in the woods, and they had heard that there were people that had been going missing as well, and they weren't sure if that strangeness had anything to do with this over here, but that they were looking for volunteers to go search for people. So pretty similar type of thing that you guys had been going in.
Yeah, basically, like I was at the tavern, and like people were mentioning this. They're like, you should go help out, like because I told some tall tales. Let's be honest here, like, oh, I took on 2 basilisks, by myself, eyes closed, yada yada. Now that I'm kind of having to prove I'm a cool badass, I'm not really. I'm just like, I'm. I guess Jason's kind of turning into my last gnome, like kind of. I have a good heart, but yeah, I'm pretty much like Shaggy Rogers from Scooby Doo. Like I'm pretty terrified of all this.
The short one telling tall tales. That's like
There
me
you go.
being the tall one telling short tales. Yes.
Very, very good, Zig. I'm glad that your brain cells caught up to that one.
Yes. Yes.
Tell what?
So I'll be quite honest with you all. I feel like I'm a bit in over my head. Sorry, not
Nah,
play with the
really?
puns, but
I
perhaps
suppose that happens
was a
quite
short
often
joke.
with you.
That was good.
So
Perhaps we
you're a bard that's been sent out to find a group of soldiers that's been missing. That's how I got it right.
Sure.
Yeah,
But
yes.
you are very good at fighting basilisks, whatever those are.
Well, it seems that we might have another person with us then. Macduff kind of turns and looks at the rest of the group. What do you say? I wouldn't mind being entertained by watching Amara dancing a little bit more. That was fun.
Thank you.
Join me, Macduff. You definitely
I wonder how he'll do when he sees my friends.
Get your friends.
Oh, never mind.
great.
Right. Well, any friends of yours are I hope friends of mine as well.
Let's hope so.
Oh, don't scare the boy. Well, we were.
I'm not exactly known for my friendly skills, so.
It's okay. That's why you have us around.
Really
Exactly.
friendly, Ilya. You've been really great.
Yeah, but I'm not the most social type. I'm just a silent speak when I need to type.
It's fine, yeah. We've been able to be successful in all of our adventures so far. I mean, what's the worst that's happened? We've only been attacked by bandits and then went and attacked the bandits and then went through and were attacked by spiders and then were almost eaten by wolves, but they stopped from eating us when they saw you. So
Oh,
maybe.
bandits and wolves and spiders.
Oh, and don't forget all the bugs.
Oh, the
Right.
bugs.
And the
Yes.
birds and the rats and the.
Well,
Yes.
that was before I joined in with you, anyways, dear. So.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. No, we didn't, but we're still here, aren't we?
This is
Yeah,
true.
we lived through all of it. It's great.
Well,
So what do you
I'm kind of
think?
scarring the forest, just like maybe I should.
you don't have to join
considered-
us. You are welcome to stay here, but if we can warm our bones by your fire for a moment before we continue on, I think we've got about a half day's march left to go.
Yeah. But by all means, I would not pass up the company. It's been quite frightful out here, to be honest.
Macduff immediately sits down on a log by the fire and just you see her press a few buttons on her arm and the arm comes off and she starts taking a cleaning rag out of her cloth and starts wiping down her stuff and dipping it in water and tries to wipe some of the blood and gore and everything from the fight with the spiders off and try to become a little bit more presentable because these people that you're talking to are terrifying in appearance because they are grotesque.
Covered in blood and
I forgot
poop and Ilya is going to stay within, like, not dangerously far, but she's going to walk off for a bit. And as our chef Siggy has made such a perfect carrots, taters, potato meal, I'm going to see if I can shoot a rabbit or something.
Sure. Yeah, go for it. Give me a survival. Let's see if you can be able to find any out here. Everybody froze for me. I wonder if that means I'm
Like
crouching.
with my bow.
Oh,
See you moving every.
Nice, a 12. Yeah, no, with that you can definitely be able to spot a set of tracks on the ground that lead to a fairly large rabbit kind of it doesn't seem to see you, and so you'd be able to try to hit it with your bow if you want to go ahead and make an attack against it.
Ooh.
Good Lord.
nice.
Redemption.
Yeah, you
I think I
skewer
killed it.
you skewer this rabbit painlessly. It's one of those. It's just instantly dead. It didn't feel anything. Um, it's a bullseye shot, so you're able to go get that and retrieve it and bring it back easily.
Guys, I brought us dinner. And I just throw it near Sig so he can.
Oh my goodness, I can do some things with this.
It
There
is
you go.
probably like
And now I gotta work myself.
late afternoon right now. It's approaching dinner time as it was because you guys had left the glade, walked about a half a day, and that was already mid-morning. So it is approaching evening if you want to call it for a camp here and not go overnight. Otherwise, you can keep going in the night.
See, if you make some for me, place a little fur and bone in, please.
Oh,
Oh.
absolutely. Having a little meat on the bone.
All right. So
I like a little meat on the bone.
I don't know if you guys need to take a long rest, but if you want.
Staring at me as he says that. I'm nervous. I can appreciate that as well.
I don't need a long rest, but I think the others do because I think the others all lost their spell slots and everything in the fight with the spiders. At least Amara lost it.
All right. So yeah, that's fine. If you guys want to go ahead and take a long rest here and resume walking in the morning, you can definitely do that. I'm going to check to see if Muckdoff needs a long
I'm
rest.
once again gonna take half of the night's
I
guard and hope I don't get stuck with
I
a crossbow bolt.
Maybe I
Well,
should.
yeah, but I have 4 hours sleep. So while you're sleeping 8 hours, there's 4 of them that I'm just doing
so
nothing.
you should take so you should
4 hour, I take half tonight. I'll take the first half.
well you could take the middle, because if you take the middle, then some of us who need a lot more sleep can start out with the watch, and then you would replace someone else, and then they can get like a full 8, and then you would wake up someone else who is just got 8, and they can finish the watch.
Sure, because I'm on
Perfect.
full. everything,
Sounds
so I
good
don't
by
need
me.
4 hours at once.
Who wants to take the first watch?
I will watch this hair cook,
All right. So while
and
you're
I will make some goodies too. I'll make some jerky.
Oh, okay. So while you are jerking it and
Jerking the hair.
while you're jerking the rabbit.
Oh my
Mhm.
god, this is the day of the bad puns.
But
um,
it's great. Sounds delicious.
I'm making it salty.
nice.
I'm
He's
having a
leaving the
bark,
bone
and
in.
It's not even a bark.
Oh
making
yeah.
I like
Leaving the meat on the bone and
Put that.
jerking it
Perfect.
salty style.
I will slurp all that down for sure. I will slurp it all down.
Oh my god, and I would say, oh my god, it's late, but it's not for you. It's only late for me. And I'm not the one making jokes.
Where did I put my book? Oh, it's over there.
What do you need to know from the book?
I was trying to find where I had one of my sets of notes.
Oh yeah, I don't have your notes in my book. That I can't help you with.
Yeah, that would be the hard part.
Yeah. No book, Ned? No book.
Sorry, just bear with me 1 second while I'm making sure this is loaded up.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a small toilet while we're doing that.
Why is this? Yeah, if anyone needs to like take a bathroom break or anything, that's fine.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a bathroom break myself really quick. Be right back.
Okay.
I'll mute so I can do the cuckoo 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 with my dog while we're taking.
Okay, so I make 2 treats that I can hand out and people can eat to get 2 temporary hit points. Yay!
Solid.
Yay! Let me put my salty meat in your mouth and you can get 2 HPs.
Nice. All right.
Walking through the forest.
Gunning.
Walking through the forest.
I'm gonna have that song stuck in my head.
Yeah, sorry.
It's all good. There's worse songs. All right, I'm gonna use restroom too.
And our mouths. Got it.
All right, so long rest. That means it's wine time.
Nice.
That's cool. How long you been playing D&D, Brad?
Let's see. I played like a little bit in a very short-lived campaign, probably like 4, 5, 6 years ago. And then about, I think it was like 2 years ago, I played in a campaign. We met roughly every 2 weeks. And I played a gnome bard like I am in this campaign, except for that I was School of Lore. In this, I'm going to be School of Valor, because my idea originally was like when I introduced myself, I'm trying to prove myself as like a gnome hero, like a heroic gnome bard. We all hear all the stories, of the elves, the humans, etc. Like all these other races that are like, have songs about them, like they're so great and grand. And gnomes generally seem like, from my reading of the player's handbook anyway, like gnomes are mostly known for like being scholars or, like tricksters or something like that. Like he's just basically trying.
Being hated. A lot of people hate gnomes or being hated. It's like if there's any racism in D&D, it's against gnomes.
Yeah.
And goblins.
I'm playing a gnome in a different campaign that perpetuates the racism. He's a gnome druid and basically hates everybody.
Gotcha.
I am playing basically a ninja Wookiee. Okay, it's a bugbear monk.
Yeah.
And it is fun. But he is racist against elves.
I'm still thinking about one day playing a tabaxi monk. Like, TM is going to hate me then. A tabaxi monk.
I made this gnome druid as kind of like an FU to the DM.
Nice.
Because in his other campaign, it was a Dark Sun campaign, and I was a feral halfling cannibal, and he would like eat NPCs. And
that's fun.
Yeah, he would eat bad guys, he would eat NPCs, he would eat children and old people. And it would frustrate the DM to the point where he was like, no eating NPCs. So I made a druid, and his name is Lettuce Eat Leaf.
And let me guess, he got eaten by a dwarf, by a halfling.
Yeah.
Eventually.
Well, we got up to like 3rd or 4th level, and then he was like, He boosted us up to 10th level, and he was like, "You get one magic weapon of like a +1," and I was like, "I want
A
steel
magic
teeth.
fork. Oh,
I want
Nice.
steel teeth of biting +1," and I took a feat of jumping. So
oh my
yeah,
god.
he was a jumping grappler, and he would bite people.
That's incredible.
That's clever though.
Oh, it was fun. It was so silly.
You guys aren't doing that anymore?
No, 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 no. He started a new campaign. That's where I have the gnome druid.
Nice.
All right, so you are preparing your food and getting everything ready for the camp, and you finish
Jerking
up.
the hair.
Yeah, you finish up jerking the hair, and rabbits come from the land. They were cooked there by a man. Um,
You need potatoes.
Right.
you created your individual snacks. Is it you have two of
Mhm.
those to give out?
Yeah.
Sweet, awesome. So he has some snacks on him. The chef feat that he took allows him to create these during long rests, and he can be able to give them to somebody, and they give temporary hit points for a little bit. So he has two of those
Mhm.
snacks, and they last for the next 8 hours, something like that.
8 hours. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'll start that timer like at the end of this long
In the
rest.
morning.
Yeah, basically it's like you're
Save some
prepping
stuff
them
for
now.
breakfast.
Exactly. It's like you're putting it in the slow cooker, and it's going to take
Yeah.
until it's ready for breakfast.
Yep.
Jerky needs
Solid.
time to dry out.
Yeah.
Right.
So you're taking first watch. Everyone else is kind of getting rested up and stuff like that. Is that what it was?
I'll take last watch,
You'll
and
take
that
last
will
watch.
allow me to make breakfast.
Okay.
Nice.
So who's
Solid.
taking first watch?
First, I'll take first.
All right.
First? Okay.
And
I
then
think
Well, you let me-
Then I'll take the middle part of the night for 4 hours, and then I'll wake sick. So I'll have a split up long rest, but I have full hit points, and then I can take a bit of a bad night.
gotcha.
I've had a very energetic day, so really I won't be sleeping much tonight, anyways.
And what were you saying, Jason?
before I go off to rest, I'll play a little song for whoever's on first watch, just to give them quick bardic inspiration,
Nice. Awesome.
which is
Inspiration.
I think it's a D6.
I believe so.
Or is yours a D4 right now?
on frog. What do you
1d6 for 10 minutes.
Yeah, D6.
Awesome.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. It was just yeah, right.
All right. So Amara, you're
Starting.
you've got a nice little beat going in for you as you're doing this first watch. You know, Jason's sitting there tapping away on his drum. Or are you playing the flute? Which one are you?
We'll say flute.
Okay. So
Flute theme.
it's nice and calming as the evening's getting darker. The smell of food has, been super appetizing, especially with the dirt and hair and bones that have been in yours. Um, that Sig prepares specifically for you. And everyone starts to turn in for the night, so it's time for you to go ahead and take your first watch. Go ahead and roll me a perception, and you do have your bardic inspiration as well.
need perception?
Yes, ma'am.
What does our inspiration do? Shift or no?
1d6.
You can add 1d6 to your
Roll.
roll. Mhm.
Okay, moment. 1d6.
Nice.
6? Wow.
Yeah, so with a 17 total, you're able to keep a watchful eye out in the woods as it turns quickly over into dark. The fire starts to get really low, and so you can't really see too far out. Although I think you might have dark vision, so the night is very dim to your eyes, but you can still be able to see out there. And it doesn't look like anything is happening during your watch. It's mostly uneventful, and it does pass over. Ilya kind of finishes up her her brief amount of rest that she did, and kind of wakes up in the middle of the night and taps over and says, I can trade off with you and let you sleep now. So Ilias,
Thank you, Mikhail. Go to bed. Come on.
Okay, I'm coming. And Mikhail lays down by the fire to try to keep warm, even though it's much smaller than what it had been.
Thank you for the music, Jason. I will give you one of my beetles. It's really crunchy. Yummy to eat.
Oh, thank you. And he starts trying to eat it. Um,
Thank you for music, beetle.
I don't want you to set me on fire. I don't want you to set me on fire. I don't want you to set me on fire. All right, so Ilya, it's your watch now. Go ahead and roll me a perception, please.
I've never rolled a good perception yet. In
This is the
campaign.
one, nat 20. I can feel it. Oh, look at that.
Okay.
So 117 begets another 17. The night also passes fairly uneventful for you in the last or the midsection of the evening. And before you realize it, Sig starts stirring in his sleep, and he's had his 8 hours, and it's about time for him to switch off with you. So
Did
you
I
can be able
see
to
any
meditate.
extra rabbits coming by during my watch? Possibly. Because we're running out of rations. We've been on their way for quite a couple of days, I think.
Yeah, actually, so that was a fairly decent roll. You end up seeing 7 rabbits from this D8 that I rolled.
Do I have to shoot my bow 7 times?
You were able to see where they were going, and so you think you could be able to know where their hide is. You think that you could be able to track them in the morning and make it easier, unless you want to go out at night and do it. You want to go out and try to catch them at night?
Oh, I was thinking more like where I'm sitting watch with my night dark vision, that I can just hold my bow ready, and when I see a rabbit go by, shoot him.
You could. I would not necessarily consider that to be non-strenuous activity. So
But I'm on watch.
do what?
I'm not sleeping. I'm on watch.
Oh, true. Yeah, I guess that's fine. Yeah, if you want to make a few shots, that's fine. You can see how many you can get.
How many? 7?
There were 7 rabbits.
That's 1.
All right.
2,
So
3, 4, 6,
Making it look easy.
7.
all right.
They're all above 10.
They are all above 10, so you have 7 rabbits.
You would need more salt.
Because I asked them before
Straight up
Sig
like
woke up.
rapid
because
fire. You're Legolasing them.
I will be putting them all neatly in a row beside Sig's bedroll.
Nice.
he wakes
Actually-
up and he
Beside
does
his
that.
bedroll. I
She
love it.
actually walked to
They're
the
lying
just
in
just
rows
right
like
to the outskirts of the
Here's
camp
Sig
and
and
found
here's
a
rabbit
family
one,
of 7 rabbits sleeping.
Oh no,
He
don't
just-
say a family.
he's-
Yeah, a little family of 7 rabbits sleeping like right outside our camp, and she just shot them all.
Well, what I didn't tell you is that 4 of those rabbits were clearly they were little juvenile rabbits that were following
Mhm.
some adult rabbits that you were assuming were part of the family.
We need to
So-
eat, guys.
That's gonna be some tender meat.
And we've got like 5, 6, 7 people to feed. So a rabbit a person.
Oh my
That's
gosh. Hey,
with your.
Like, oh no!
y'all
no!
could be murder hobos, and you're not. So
No, I'm a
grateful.
wolf. I'm a freaking wolf.
No, we're bunny murder.
As I say, you're not murder
Yeah.
hobos.
Murder bunnies.
Murder bunnies.
Any murderers?
All right. Meat is murder. It's tasty.
Oh no, we're going to get into that.
Sorry.
I'm a wolf.
You're a
It's
wolf.
a natural
It's fine.
cycle.
It's the natural order of things.
All right, I
so Sig, you wake up and there are 7 skewered rabbits by your bed.
Like all in a row.
In a
You're
nice
sick.
row.
And here are the bunnies.
2 of
I'm-
them look like they're still smiling.
I smiled back at him. I cut off their feet. Well, a handful of their feet, and I
Oh my
hand them out to
God.
people for luck.
Rabbit
Because
thingy.
If you didn't already have
Because-
inspiration, you've got inspiration.
yes, I have it.
I'm just like, oh.
Mm.
Oh,
I want.
I am old enough to remember when you could buy a rabbit's foot keychain
Oh, yeah.
from like the
Like,
coin vending
everyone had
machines.
those.
Yeah.
I was about to say, like,
Oh.
I'm hanging it on a rope from my quarterstaff, my staff. Like,
You don't
so
find
it
those
will
anywhere
dangle
anymore.
something as well I walk.
Lick the feet and stick it in my bag. Yeah.
I clean the rabbits. I gut them, skin them.
Yeah.
I save the skins just in case someone is possibly handy with leatherworking,
mm,
a tanner or something.
yeah.
They make
My
great
My
mittens.
backstory, I'm handy with jewelry making, but I don't think leather.
Yeah, you think that like if you were to find a small town, they would definitely have somebody who'd be interested in buying the pelts.
Yeah, a tanner somewhere.
Yep.
Follow
Glove
the
digger.
stink.
Why
Indeed.
did you take the guts out? Those are mushy and tasty. What is wrong with you?
Saved them for you.
Oh, thank you.
He holds
Yeah.
up a little Ziploc baggie. Shake, shake, shake.
Yeah, see, you got the floss, and I pull out a gut. There you go.
Like when you see when you Americans get the turkey and all the innards are inside.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Today on
Okay,
things
we're
I
not
didn't
we're not
expect to happen. This is just
we're not doing anything productive to the storyline, and there's so much
You
chaos
shouldn't
happening.
play at this time of the
I'm
night.
sitting here going like, okay, I don't even have to prepare anything for our sessions. We're just gonna...
You both
Nope.
each other.
That's some of the funnest role playing though,
It
where it's
really
like
is.
nothing progresses whatsoever. Like DM, not necessary. Everybody's just acting an ass.
Oh my goodness.
I wasn't acting an ass. I got us food, and I just left
Oh,
it with the cook.
I mean, definition of acting an ass is pretty wide.
There you go. All right. So
It's
while
like
you
a
are
cat,
doing all of
You
that,
know how I?
Yes.
It's
Cleaning.
like a cat. When a cat catches a bird, that it brings it to your bed and leaves it for you to find. That's
Yeah.
what I did. Very tiger-like.
I had heard that the psychology of that is because the cat thinks that you're incompetent and can't find food for yourself.
Partly, yeah.
Because cats are evil.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Good
Oh
cat.
my
Tigers do too.
Now it's all-
He's not a hunter though. My old cats are.
So while all that is going on, and you've prepared that, and Ilya's off meditating for her last 4 hours, and doing whatever, because part of it is like you rest for 4 hours and then you meditate for 4 hours, or you have very light stuff like that. So now, Sig, you're on
Rest is a
watch.
friend.
You're having fun taking apart all the rabbits and stuff like that. Can you go ahead and make me a wisdom save?
Yeah.
What's wrong with my rabbit?
Oh, I am so wise.
You
That's what.
shrug off this suggestion in your mind that you should go walk north in the woods by yourself.
Let's see here. I kick. Who is that?
Mikkel?
Is that Mikkel?
Well, let me see. I don't
You're
even know if I have
moving
Mikkel on
me
the
now.
map.
Oh,
You're
okay.
moving.
Yeah. Well, then I kick you, Ilya.
Okay. What? I just had my watch.
Sorry. Something popped in my head that I was not okay with.
Okay.
Something was
In your
trying
head,
to
you say?
something was mentally trying to make me go north. We
So
should
you want to go north together? Like
No.
two of us?
no.
Or you wanna go south?
There's something suspect happening. There's something around here.
Yeah, you want to. Shall we wake the others?
I looked. Can you take a look with your elven eyes?
I can look around with my dark vision and my perception and my keen senses because I have keen senses.
My
so,
my
yeah.
human eyes are far less effective.
Go ahead and roll an investigation. Sorry, I'm eating a
I do.
biscuit and
A
cheese.
perception?
I do take a look around. I don't expect much of my looking aroundishness because I'm simple human.
Yeah, both of you go ahead and roll an investigation because you're actively looking for something.
Investigation, not perception. Oh my god. Here we go. Yeah.
That's about what I expected.
Yeah,
My
neither of
keen
you
senses.
see anything. You don't notice anything like out of the ordinary. The snow is still falling. It's very dark out. You don't hear any sounds.
Well, I probably
I want
would
to
have.
pick up the others.
Other
I
than
probably
Mukdas's
would have put
snoring.
my armor on.
If you think there's something going on, I'll just wake them.
I armor myself and don my axe.
I'm waking everybody. Wake up.
What do you?
There's something going on, guys.
Like,
Sig felt something invade his mind, pushing him to go north.
you better
Okay.
wake up.
So,
All right, fine. I'll wake up. I'll wake up too. It's fine. All right, I'm up.
Put on my light armor. Mikhail, if you got armor, don't put that on. You better.
so this is what I think. Something entered my mind, and it was compelling me to go north. So there is either something of the north that was hoping to ambush me, or there is something of the south that was hoping to ambush you and get me away from the party.
But did it want us to go north, or just you to go north?
Just me.
Well, if they wanted to take us out, they would have tried to lure Macduff away instead of you.
Well,
Because
I was the
she's
only
like
one who was
twice
awake
your
at the
size, right?
time. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna go north.
Yeah, I'll follow.
You guys be well. Wait. Let me spring the
don't go
trap
alone.
and be ready to charge in behind me.
Okay. Now let's straight to small form.
I'll
And then I'll go. And then I'll have my axe out.
Wait. Before you go, I want a wild shape so I can have keen sight and smell. So I can smell on the wind if there's something coming from the north.
Mikhail here with Ilya.
Wow, white screen.
And then I start walking to the north.
All right.
But can I wild shape first that I smell what's on the wind?
Sure.
From Rex.
You can wild shape. Are you taking on the form of wolf, the dire wolf?
No, tiger, because Jason doesn't know about the wolves yet.
Okay. So
I'll be a tiger.
yeah, you see this half elf in front of you. I'm assuming, are you awake as well, Jason?
Yeah, I'm awake.
Okay, so you see Ilya, this half elf that you just met, or wood elf that you just met, just turn into a very large, rippling tiger. And Sig is already fully armored, and it looks like the rest of the camp is kind of breaking early as they start to get their stuff. Are we going to follow you, Sig, or are we staying back?
I stay at least 20 feet behind him.
All right. So
with the intention, if
yeah.
something attacks him, I'm going to pounce.
I walk in the direction that I was being compelled to walk.
All right. Yeah, you start walking a little bit further into the woods, and the crunch of snow underfoot is about the only thing that accompanies you besides the clink of your chainmail as you're walking. Are you trying to be super stealthy, or are you just like you're just being okay? You're just walking.
Yep.
I'm
stealthy.
I'm trying to play the part.
Sure.
Of whatever the suggestion was.
Okay. Roll me a perception. All right. So as you're walking, it takes you a solid 10, 15 minutes of just walking straight up through the woods before you start to notice a little bit of a change to the woods around you. The branches are looking a little bit sickly. The the bare coverage that you had seen from any of the pine needles and things like that on some of the evergreen trees, it's starting to become less and less, and there's a lot more brown detritus on the ground than there is actual leaf up on the tree. Um, and pretty soon you start to notice like fungus growing out of the side of some trees and almost what looks to be like dead vines kind of along the ground that you're stepping on. Um, the snow has started to cover on top of it, but you definitely recall seeing blight like this before.
Okay. Was this kind of near the spiders or the bandits?
This was blight that you have seen back in Arrayabor in the
So
orchard.
that was the orchard.
Yeah, okay.
You would
I'm
recognize that.
still 20 feet behind him,
Yeah.
like staying back, but having him in my eyes.
That was where like the temple was, right?
Correct.
No, that was where the first fight was.
That was the first blight. Yep. That was to the southeast of the temple in the city of Arrayabor.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you continue to get this sense that whatever was affecting your mind and kind of trying to get you to come on your own was deeper in this area.
Okay. I stop. I turn around. I go back.
Okay.
Probably run into Ilya or a tiger.
Tigrilia.
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 You want to ride on me?
Oh yeah.
Who wouldn't want to?
Don't want to ride a tiger. But do I
So
ride it like a horse or like do I like wrap around it? Like
No, you bounce around it.
yeah, wrap my arms
It's
around
not
its
a
neck
smooth
and
walk.
just ride you like I'm your
I
cape.
got thick fur. You can just grab on.
Okay, so I run to the tiger and the tiger can't communicate with me, but I say, it's getting blighty over here, like in Erebor. I think that there might be some bad stuff and we should be prepared.
I huff and I just crouch, like keeping my eyes on the direction where he came from. Like I've got this back.
All right.
We should get the rest of everyone.
Yeah.
It's getting.
So I'm staying between you while you walk back. I'm staying between you and whatever.
Oh,
is
the
there.
tiger is protecting the tank.
There you go.
Yeah.
I like it.
Tiger is a tank as well. Moon druids. They
Yeah.
are tanks.
Yeah, druids are tanks.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
you would be able to also sense, Ilya, with your keen sense of smell, that there is almost a sense of wrongness on the air. And you would recognize that same feeling that Mary had tried to convey to you about the wrongness of the wood.
Zig refers to it as ugly. There's an ugly in the air.
There is an ugly in the air.
There is a strangeness, was what she said.
Yes.
Literal words. I wrote them down this time.
There you go. All right.
So I have my rough up. I'm not comfortable, but for now I know I'm strong and I can take a hit, so I'm staying between Sig and
Sure.
whatever.
So, Sig, you go back, you get the rest of the party, and bring everyone up to where Ilya is, and you all keep walking forward through.
I can't discuss that with them because
Yeah,
I'm
I share the information.
Okay.
I say, okay, so Amara, and Jason, you're not familiar with this, but we'll let you know. And Mukdath, you are. So you remember that ugly that happened on the trees and the grass and the apples?
Oh yeah, the stinky, gross, slimy.
It was so icky and so ugly. Yes, that's happening over here. And I had this suggestion and it wanted me to go deeper and deeper and deeper into it. And I just couldn't. I needed to bring you guys into this.
Yes, let's go. Come on,
So-
Mikhail. We're going.
Yeah, I think we need to go. I think we need to go
Go
make
deeper.
right this ugly skein on the Earth planet stuff.
Yes, let's do that.
I hate it.
I'm gonna go into smell form and fly after you. Mikhail, you
Alright.
better pop.
Okay.
Close by.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, and by the way, this tiger. Yeah.
I'm rubbing like my head against him.
I'm rubbing my head against her head.
Denmark.
Mikkel is definitely standing further back because he knows exactly what that tiger is. He watched that tiger destroy the other bandits that were with him.
And give him a lick.
Yeah.
That's and that's how trauma works.
And Mikkel, you notice, especially with your keen sense of smell, Ilya, the distinct smell of urine. When you do lick Mikkel, you notice the distinct.
I swear, if somebody did that to me, I'd be like, oh, kitty! And everyone I do it to is like, nope.
Don't touch the danger kitty.
That means his blood pressure is above like 190 systolic right now. That's when the bladder releases.
Oh, that's
I'll
fun.
back off and I just very cat
Leave it to the army
rub
medic to tell
myself.
us this. Thank you,
No.
sir.
Oh no, that was military mental health
Military mental health.
conference where I learned all of that stuff. Yeah,
That's cool,
that's how trauma works. That's one of my favorite things to say.
man.
Sorry.
I need to get my
I'll
brain
roll
looked at
like an
sometime.
innocent kitten.
We could talk.
There you go. All right, so you get everyone together, everyone's on the same page, you start walking a little bit further up through this area, and the blight around you just starts to get more and more pronounced. The vines kind of traveling along the ground, they start to creep over everything, and the snowfall around you, while it had been kind of coating everything, it starts to get a little dirty. The air itself almost takes on this yellow, hazy nature. And what was originally just dead and gray on the ground is now almost like a putrid yellow. It's starting to look as if it's more alive than dead, or something along those lines. You notice that there's a little bit more warmth coming off of the ground, especially from these vines that you start to come upon, where the patches on the ground are no longer as covered in snow and ice as they were. And the snow is still falling, but it's just this surreal atmosphere that you're in. So let me pop y'all onto the map.
New map.
Pop us,
Oh,
Papa.
that is a big map.
Oh, that's gross.
And let me zoom out a little bit on here.
See what we're trying to find, Mikhail?
That
I've
is
seen-
a lot to be revealed.
I've seen bigger.
Brett, it's normal that part is black. When you walk forward, what's hidden becomes visible.
It's called dynamic lighting.
Indeed. All right, so let me
But the
make sure we're
first
all
time
going
we were
towards
in
that.
between these trees and we had all these stripes. And
Right,
I
you're
didn't know
coming in very
why we
quiet.
had all those stripes.
You said Heather's coming in really quiet.
Brad.
Oh, Brad is.
You're coming
Okay.
in very quiet.
I was saying I understood the like dark mist in the corner. It's like what old RTS game, like Man and Conquer.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, like Diablo. Diablo, you
Yeah.
can't see anything, but when you walked up,
I'm so glad that you talked about Command and Conquer too. That was my jam back in the day.
Yeah.
All of the Command and Conquers, although Tiberian Sun was probably my favorite.
Hey, but Brad, did you change something about your settings? Because your microphone seems.
Your volume sounds like it's about a 2 or
Your
3
volume is gone.
out of 10.
Not trying to do anything.
Maybe there's something covering your microphone or something.
Maybe I plugged in my charge cord just so it wouldn't die. Like.
Oh, the chart. Oh, that's it then. Can I put it louder? Nope. Okay. Yep. So Ilya would be pretty much in front now.
All
Yeah,
right.
your voice is coming in soft, but there's like a staticky hum background sound that's coming through at regular volume.
Oh yeah.
One up against a bottle of water. Just so I'm not having to hold it. I don't know.
Yeah, but he needs to stay near the charger because else his phone will die and we won't see him at all.
That's fine. It was like at 50%. I just wanted I don't know how long we'd be going, so I didn't want to.
No, I get that.
Sure.
I don't think any of us expected
good.
to go on.
Yeah.
And we're still starting the fight. I love it. I love it.
Sorry, I was trying to get a better. I thought I had a tiger.
You did.
I did, but I don't know where it is. So I'm just going to use the dire wolf in the meantime. I'm just going to put that on the map for Ilya.
Isn't the direwolf and the tiger are the same size? Right?
They're the same size, exactly. And that'll be.
I have the test for the tiger here, so yeah, I'm done. But the tiger, I'm gonna move Ilya to the bottom corner.
Yeah, you just tell me where you want the tiger to go,
yeah.
and I'll make sure to move.
I'll be in front right now because I was going. Yeah,
okay.
I was protecting the group, so I'm front and center here. Front and center.
Okay, perfect.
Close to them, like where I'm pinging.
Sounds good. Yeah, I see it. It just takes a second because it's the computer and it's being slow. All right, yeah, so you see this area, like I said, the snow is not sticking to the ground as much anymore, and you can kind of feel a little bit of a warmth coming up off of the ground, kind of emanating from the vines themselves as you're getting a little bit closer towards the heart of this area where you're anticipating there being a little
I've
bit
got
of.
my nose up, like not to the ground, but up to catch smells. I'm not scenting for a trail. I'm scenting for scents from around. So I've got my nose up.
You get this overwhelming sense of wrongness coming off of all of the vines. They almost smell rotten to you. They, you don't understand how something like this could be growing and also be alive at the same time. Like your brain is saying everything here is rotten and putrid, but
Sig activates his divine sense.
okay. And what's your divine sense do?
I can tell if something is naughty. I'll read it for you.
Please do.
Class features. Divine sense. The presence of strong evil registers on your senses like a nauseous odor, and powerful good rings like heavenly music in your ears. As an action, you can open your awareness to detect such forces. Until the end of your next turn, you know the location of any celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet of you that is not behind total cover. You know the type, celestial fiend or undead, of any being whose presence you sense, but not its identity. Parentheses, the vampire Count Stradvin Verovich, for instance. Within the same radius, you also detect the presence of any place or object that has been consecrated or desecrated, as with the Hallow spell.
Hmm.
You can use this feature a number of times equal to 1 plus your charisma modifier. When you finish a long rest, you regain all the expended slots.
Okay, what was the range on that?
60.
60. You don't detect any celestial fiend or undead, but I will give you this. You do get a sense of evil coming
Okay.
off of the vines themselves. This growth that seems to have been just overcoming this particular forest, and you're already used to it from Erebor. This
Mhm.
seems like Erebor on a completely different scale. Erebor
Higher.
was just affecting a few trees within an orchard. I mean, it was still a large hunk of their crops and stuff, but this seems like this is a forest.
Okay. I share that by saying, everyone, there is an evil here. It is so much stronger than the apple evil.
Maybe I try
I'm
to
growling.
magic or something I can sense because I did an array of bar, and there was some sort of connection even all the way I think back to the Feywild, if I remember. I want to try to take back them if that's stronger or what's.
Sure, go ahead, roll me an Arcana. Let's see what you can be able to figure out from that.
Net 20.
Wow. All right, so
Damn.
uh,
She knows its name. Like,
I'll even say that,
you're
Amara,
entering the upside down.
yeah, she's entering the upside down. So Amara,
No spoilers for the last 2 episodes.
I will not have any spoilers
No.
for the last few episodes, other than to
Great.
say you see Amara's eyes go white, and her body goes rigid as she starts to float up into the air, and her head starts to tilt back a little bit.
I put headphones on her.
There you go.
We've got a bard. He can sing a song.
And her favorite song is Total Eclipse of the Heart.
There you go.
Go.
Little Bonnie Tyler for you.
There you go. I love it. But no, seriously, I will definitely say that like you, Amara, she starts trying to tap into this, and you do see her eyes go blank for a second. She does kind of freeze in place in mid hover over the air. Her body is rigid, but it's not like she's being bent apart in different directions or anything like that. And Amara,
It wasn't a joke. You're real. This is happening. I thought you were joking about Stranger Things. This is what's
yeah,
happening in the movie. Okay, sorry.
Amara, the landscape in front of you suddenly changes. You no longer see your friends. You no longer see Ilya in her wild shape. You no longer see the vines. You no longer see the snow. You no longer see the yellow haze in the air. Instead, you're left with the forest as it would appear in the Fae. But in this particular version of the Feywild, where you distinctly remember seeing vines covering the grounds and vines on the trees, instead of vines, you find the grass, you find the leaves, you find the trees are completely covered in a hard crystal structure that expands as far as you can be able to see into the woods. Um,
This is the same as my vision, my dream.
this was the same as your vision, as your dream. Um, you you get this overwhelming sense that these crystals go far beyond what you can be able to see, far deeper into the ground than what you can be able to dig up. It You feel the weight of the immensity here. I will also say that a little bit deeper, you see a dark, thrumming red energy on the horizon. Otherwise, It's a black starless night. So there are no stars in the sky that you can be able to see, and you only see this deep thrumming red that's kind of pulsing in the distance, a little bit further into the woods. Um, but I will say that while you're in here, you do notice on some of the patches of crystal ground that are nearby you on either sides of the path that you're on, you start to see the crystals kind of come together a little bit more and start to take shape, almost pseudo humanoid shapes, as the crystals start turning to look at you. Um, while this is all happening, everyone else, you see Amara kind of going still. You start to see the vines move along the ground a little bit towards you, almost like they're kind of pulsing together and forming up on all sides around you. These slightly humanoid shapes, um, as they form into these like 4 foot tall humanoid shapes, that in unison start firing needles at you.
I cast bless.
I need everybody to roll initiative.
Oh
And
my god.
Amara, the
In the
moment
meantime,
that they turn and look at you, you snap back to reality, and you see this happening as well. So you're back with the group.
Okay.
in the meantime, in
Oh.
Facebook I
I did not
shared
have my token selected.
That's fine. I can always add it. It's just gonna take me a second to.
Yeah.
go.
Where's the dream? Where's the dream?
Hi. It says you wanted to send the result of this roll to the turn tracker, but no valid.
Yeah,
token was
if you
selected.
click on your token and then you hit the initiative, it pops right up on the turn tracker. But if you
Is that
don't
for
do
me
it
or
that
not?
way,
Or for
then
Jason?
Tim has to manually do it.
I said, was that for Jason that notification or for me?
That's for you.
I can't find the initiative tracker. Where is it? It's gone. Did you remove it, Tim? Initiative tracker?
Yeah, I will be re-adding the initiative tracker.
Oh, okay. No, but then it's not my
Yeah,
computer.
that's on the DM side.
Yep, that's on the DM side.
Oh my god! But in the meantime, in Facebook, I shared partly for Brad, but also for Amara's refresher. I shared the dream.
Yeah, if you want to read that for a second while I make sure that D&D Beyond is good.
It's not exactly the same. In this, there's like a red pulsing center thrumming. There were more like humanoid crystal creatures with.
No, guys, we're still at that dream. That boy, that crystal boy. This was Crystal, but the crystal boy in the chapel. He was covered in tattoos. When Mary said their skin wasn't like our skin, can they have been covered in tattoos?
Could have been crystal like this, maybe too.
Yeah, or something like crystal.
That is
Like
an
the
interesting
link.
conclusion to come to.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
I'm just gonna sit here eating my cheese.
Maybe I can say
I'm
there
gonna
were
put on a smoke.
in the Feywild. This is all in the Feywild. Everything is crystal as far as the eye can see, as below the earth as the eyes could ever go. There were more figures in the last. In my dream, I think there were just one. But this time there was a whole group of them around this thrumming red sector. The sky was starless, dark. They didn't have the vines like before. They all turned and looked at me. They saw me. They all saw me, and that's why I popped back.
Yeah. You would also recognize that like the main scary person that you saw in your dream, that was not the same person that you saw You know, they were the same creatures that were with it. Those crystal beings. You would recognize those crystal beings as what you just saw in this Fey vision as well.
Leader or whatever.
But you
it's
did
all the
not see the
same.
leader. You did not see that leader person that you were speaking of.
Okay.
Later,
Well,
Hosen.
bigger. Thought they were bigger. I'm really worried about where the Fae are. Maybe the Fae have been transformed like the boy.
But were you in the Feywild or were you in a vision?
I was in the Feywild. I don't know if it's a vision or real. It could have been real. They looked like that crystal boy. I don't know if they had tattoos. I didn't see that. Like, or markings. But they were only about 4 feet tall, so it would have been Fae, which would break my spirit if they're my people. The whole Feywild was totally covered and just a desolate landscape of crystal and darkness. Plastic figures that just seemed so menacing. It's not the gold.
You saw it here. Do you, Amara, sense? Oh, I'm a tiger. I can't speak. Never mind. I'm a tiger. My crown is off, so I can't speak.
See, Mikhail, this grotesque landscape before us. This is what we've been fighting, and you have been getting in the way. Your peoples.
All right, there we go.
What do we have on enemies?
Let me move this off to its side. There we go. And all right. 13, 5. So +1. All right.
The figure you saw in the dream was also 9 feet tall.
Yeah, that was weird. We're not there. Really, that figure wasn't there.
Yeah, I'm just saying it as Jenny. I'm reading the poem or the dream back now. He was 9 feet tall. That's tall.
All right.
I'm worried about the Feywild. I almost want to go there.
All right, so first things first, Ilya, you and your tiger form, you would notice this right off the bat. These vines start coalescing into a humanoid shape, and they start turning towards you, raising their arms up as if they're about to reach out towards you. And
Are they still more than 20 feet away? Or closer?
So they are all around you. You should be able to see. Can you see?
Yeah, but you said they are growing into a humanoid figure. So is the humanoid figure 20, or is each one of them changing in one humanoid figure? Or are they joining?
So all the different sets of vines all started coalescing into their own humanoid figure. So there's 4 on your right that you can see, and there's 4 on the left that you can see on either side of the path that you're currently on.
Yeah, this sounds so weird to say of vines, but is there one that looks stronger, bigger, in charge, main, primary?
They all look like vine creatures to you.
Yeah, there's no one bigger. Which one is closest to my party? Is that 20 feet? That's 15 feet. The purple, this one, it's 15 feet or 20 feet for me.
That's 15 feet.
15.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. And that is the bard.
Yes.
He has one close beside him, so he's. I'm gonna attack the one that's threatening the bard. I'm gonna pounce.
All right.
him, her, it counts. Here we go. No damage.
Hold on, sorry, I had the wrong thing open. What'd you get?
The tiger moves at least 20 feet straight towards the creature and then hits it with a claw attack. So that's this.
Oh, there we go. Now
On
it's
the
through.
same turn, strength saving throw or be knocked prone.
Awesome.
If the target is prone, the tiger can make one.
All right, yeah. So 17 definitely hits, and it's going to take the slashing damage, and it does not make the strength save. So you see the creature of vines kind of falls down to the ground. You're on top of the red one, that's over there on the right.
This one.
Let me go ahead and move Ilya over
So
to
now I
that.
get the biting? Or is he?
He is prone on the ground underneath you. You did 7 damage against him.
If the target is prone, the tiger can make one bite attack as a bonus action.
All right,
So,
go for it, and you've got advantage.
advantage.
It's able to. Oh yeah, you can roll again. Yeah, there you go. So you bite down on top of it, and you seemingly like snap several of the vines as you do bite through it, and it feels as if it doesn't have a chance to fully form into its shape again, and the vines kind of fall to the ground, limp underneath you.
Okay, do I still have? I have 20 feet movement left. I'm just going to move here. So I'm still sort of covering against that one and having my eye on the other ones.
Gotcha. All right.
That's it. Next one.
All right. The one that is over here. Which one is he? All right, so both of those two are gonna fire some needles over at you, the dire wolf. It was at you, the tiger. They're gonna move out into the midst of an area. You see the vines kind of crawl along the ground, very unnatural in their movement. But they come out and they're gonna fire at you. Does a 15 hit your AC?
Tiger is ACD. Yeah, it hits.
All right, so you take 8 piercing damage as these needles, super sharp, get shot out and impale into you. And then this one's also going to move out of the vines a little bit and fire at you.
Oh, my initiative should be one lower. Sorry.
No worries.
I used Ilya's initiative, it's +3, and I'm now as the tiger, so it's +2.
Okay.
It has its own.
I will. Oh, you're fine. It's fine. All right. So that is another 15. So for another 7 piercing damage.
Yeah. Nice.
All right.
So twice.
Yep. So first was 8, second was 7.
Damn.
Muckdoth, having seen all this going on, springs into action and is going to run forward and try to punch the closest one to her. Yeah, making sure that she has the actions pulled up. But she's going to run forward and she's going to punch at the other one, assuming my computer catches up to what I'm trying to do. Come on. And as she's running over, she's also going to activate her guardian armor. So she's gonna bonus action, use her defensive field, and you see this energy field that shimmers around her. Gives her a little bit of a buffer, and she's gonna punch. So gonna go through. Come on. All right, yeah, with 17, she definitely connects on this thing, and in one fell swoop, she actually punches through the cluster of vines that were forming right beside where Amara was, and just completely obliterates it. It just falls apart in an explosion of thunder that echoes across the the forest a little bit. And that is her turn. Um, this guy that's up here, he's going to move forward and he's going to fire a shot of needles. Probably, yeah, he's going to be firing it at the little bard. I say, Jason, he's going to try to get you. And does an 8 hit your AC? All right, so the needles come flying past you, kind of embed in the tree behind you. Then this one that's already right up beside the dire wolf, he's going to kind of fade into the bushes a little bit and kind of become one with the ground a little bit more, and he's going to attempt to attack you at advantage. He's using this special ability, using these vines with him, and he's going to try to claw you. It did not roll at advantage, even though I wanted it to. There we go. Does a 21 hit?
What do you think?
You take 8 piercing damage as it claws into you and it kind of stabs into your side with its vines. And he's kind of trying to hold you still as much as possible.
How the hell did you take
So-
like more than half the hit points of the tiger in one round?
You are currently considered grappled while it has you in this type of a way, as the vines have stabbed you and he's starting to constrict you.
So grapple is disadvantage edge.
Grappled just basically means your speed becomes 0 while you're grappled. And if he tried to move you, he could try to move you at like half speed if he could. But you, in order to be able to break free of that grapple, it would require an action to be able to break 3 of it. So, or you kill it, and that's the other way to do it. But while it has you grappled, you see that it kind of firmly plants its feet to the ground as it tries to root you in place. All right, Jason, you are up.
Alright. Okay. Is there a way that I can move so that I can hit the thorn monster with the thunder wave, which comes from me,
Sure.
without hurting
Yeah, I think
yeah.
if you were to move around to like right over on this square, you should be able to get around with enough movement. Crossing into the thick vines will be considered rough terrain, so it'll take half movement to get through there, but you should be able to move like on the diagonal 1, 2, 3, 4 to get around and be far enough away to not hit Ilya. It's a 15-foot cube.
Cube.
Yeah, 15. Yeah, 15 foot.
Awesome. Yeah, you should be able to move around to the side and be able to attack. So if you use your mouse, you can be able to pick up your character. You can just grab them and drag them. So something like you'd have to be actually one higher. Oop, that's too higher. Like doing that would allow you to get behind them to attack.
Okay. And just use a cool movie line. Get away from her. The movie Alien.
Yeah.
That. Just because she jumped to protect me, and they hammered her with pistols. I'm obviously feeling protective of my new friend. And I will cast Thunder Wave as. I'm gonna go for second level.
Okay.
I want this to really hurt. So they have to make a con save of 13.
Gotcha. All right. So he's gonna make a con save of 13, and I also just realized I need to make sure that the capture is also tracking your token. I've got the observer token on everything else, but I need to make sure it's on yours. So is a con save, you said? All right, so you're actually going to hit 2 of them because there's another one that's fairly close by. The first one's con save. Oh no, that one made a negative, got just a natural 1, so you got a total of 3. And then the other one made a 16. So the blue one that's right there by Ilya saved. The one that's a little bit further in that is a harder time seeing.
Ooh, done with 12 thunder damage. Nice.
That's solid. So the one that was a little bit further in just gets completely obliterated and is destroyed. Is it half damage on a miss?
I believe so.
All right.
I'll look for him.
And so he takes a solid bit of damage as the vines are kind of blown away in a big circle around you. I would also say that it blows into the dirt.
Takes half as much damage and isn't pushed away. So the one that's hit gets pushed away 10 feet.
Yep.
The one that's saved, he gets half damage and isn't pushed.
Perfect. Yeah.
I told you I'd play your Wikipedia today.
There you go. Yeah. So he is definitely destroyed. The one that was up in the front that you are having a harder time seeing was completely destroyed. Why? Sorry, I'm trying to fix this token. I need it to show up for. There we go.
There's one more.
All right. Yeah, that worked out really well. Is there anything else that you're wanting to do?
I think that's all I've got.
All right. All right, Amara.
What is the range from where we're at to the vines?
So there are 5 vines that you can be able to see. There's the 4 that are kind of the 3 that are in the middle of the path. There's one right over there by Ilya, and then there's another one that's kind of in the corner of the trees at the side of the road. They are about, like, the closest one is about 20 feet away from you.
Okay. Let's see. Because I can actually.
Yeah, that one's 20 feet away. This one's about 40 feet away, 35 feet, 40 feet, and my mouse was moving too fast, 50 feet.
Gotta love Roll20.
Yep.
Any of them closer to people?
You've got one that's right up beside Ilya that Jason just hit with a thunder wave, and it currently is grappling Ilya. So it stabbed Ilya, and it has its vines kind of holding on to her.
Okay. think I tried chaos bolt because it was for one target.
Okay.
240-foot range.
Yeah, that does it.
Oh, hopefully roll good.
All right. Yeah, 14. 14 will hit. Um, so the 11 chaotic energy comes off, and who are you attacking?
By Ilya.
Gotcha.
That's grappling her.
So your chaos bolt hits it and just obliterates it. The Ilya, you feel the vines just kind of fall lifeless around you as this thing is blown away by that energy. Does it jump over to another target that's close by, or?
It only does if the 2d8s I rolled are the same number.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. So yeah, it just falls straight to the ground. It is definitely very dead. All right. Anything else that you want to do on your turn?
That's all
All right. You're gonna stay where you are. You're gonna move.
I'm closer to one that's 20. I'll just
All right. Zig, you are up, good sir.
Okay, can I see or sense if any one of these being thingies is like a boss? Is one larger than the other?
No, it's
that.
it's the same thing that Ilias saw as the tiger. They all appear to be the same size and shape, makeup. They're all, as far as you can tell, they're all the same kind of vine creature. They all like to shoot those needles at you.
Okay. Well, then I walk up here with the axe in hand and say, "You ugly shall be washed," or in your case, rather, huge.
Oh, snap. Go for it. And they are
And
plant
then
creatures, so
they are of wood.
they are of wood.
So I shall attack.
Stinky, smelly, viney wood, but wood nonetheless.
Ooh, 21.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Ooh, ooh.
Then max damage would be 13.
Max damage is 13, and so you hew it in half as it gets sliced by your axe, and it falls to the ground.
Regards from Hugh.
You hewed it.
And then I bring the axe up and I give it a little lick.
Roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh shit.
You should have let Julia do that.
Okay. You spit out a little bit of the very clearly rotten fluids that were the ichor of sorts. Not quite ichor, but
Okay.
But lime juice. Resin.
rotten resin. Yeah, that's a good one to think of.
Yum.
Oof.
Ugh, not a pleasant taste.
Should have thought that one through. Let the moment capture me.
The axe tasted fantastic, but the bad stuff on the inside, that's not as good.
The axe is my feminine weapon.
Nice.
The long sword is more masculine.
Indubitably. All right, anything
All right.
else you want to do?
And that is it. Nope.
All right, you're going to stay where you are?
I will move one more. I have one more
All right.
space I can move.
Nice. The one that's off to your left, closer towards the woods, is going to make a needle shot at our friend Mikkel. Boop, 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 boop. Where did my thing go? Here it is. Poor guy.
That guy really is having a bad week. Go.
Well, it was nice knowing him. Nat 20.
He did his job.
He did his job, and he did his job well.
Like
We
he's not
allowed-
even making saving throws. He's just gone.
Yeah, it's just an instant, like the set of needles that get shot out right here. Base damage before the added additional damage is enough to take him out. So
He has scored points with Ilya, so Ilya is now pissed.
yeah,
So like three needles in each eyeball,
in each
going
eyeball,
into brain.
in each eyeball.
Awful and most unfortunate.
The good news is that he had already soiled himself. So
It's like a
Um,
corny 80s horror movie.
yeah, unfortunately, Mikkel, that did not work out too well. And then it's going to move up on.
We graced him with a longer life than he would have had.
Yep.
Yeah, true. That's true.
It's gonna move up on our dear Zig. Actually, he's gonna get right up here beside Zig.
Bring it.
And it comes back around. I'm leaving it as Ilya because that's just the initiative I rolled with.
Yeah, but I'm 18, so the other guy should go first. Because I made a mistake using Ilya's initiative instead of the tiger, so I'm one lower. So the enemy with 19 goes first.
Okay. It's going to move up behind Mr. Zig and attempt to attack at advantage.
I don't give consent.
To restrain.
Sorry. I'm just being honest. Sorry.
Speaking of nat 20s, it's 2 in a row.
Oh no, you've got to be kidding me.
So you take 13 piercing damage. So not as much damage as you could have taken, but you take 13 piercing damage and are considered grappled. As you feel the vines starting to kind of rip into you. All right, Ilya, you are up.
Yeah, I'm pouncing again
All right.
on that one because
Now you got to try to break the grapple. All right, let's do it.
yeah. So pounce that makes it a melee claw because I made that mistake earlier.
And I will say, you are attacking it from behind, which would give you flanking on the attack, so you would have advantage on this attack.
But that's advantage on the claw, not on the pounce, right?
Correct. It'd be advantage on the claw. So you can swing again and
Well,
try to
it
see
would-
if you get a
It
nat
would also,
20.
yeah, it would have us both.
Yeah,
fighting
because
it.
then he would have it as well. Either way, you didn't get a nat 20, but you did get a 20, which definitely hits. So what's the damage?
Yeah. Why didn't it give damage?
It depends on which
damage
button you
is-
click.
Wait, that one. Sorry.
How dare you?
7, and then it needs to make the DC 13 strength saving throw, else I get it's prone and I can get a bite too. So
It got
DC
a
13.
it got an 18 on its strength save.
So it's not prone and I won't get the bite it.
But you did do a lot of damage to it. You ripped
Yeah,
you
sure.
ripped through a
I'm
number
now-
of the vines.
I'm now there.
All right.
And I still have movement left.
Mhm.
The pounce was an action, so I can do a bonus action. Do I have any other bonus actions? No. I'll move up a bit to here. So I'm between Sig and the blue guy.
Okay.
Even though I still have 14 hit points left, it's not that much. But I'm going to stay between them. Because if I die, I'm still good. Yeah, and protect him.
All right. Mukdoth sees the predicament that's going on over here, and so she's going to run up and try to get really close up and punch at the one that is currently holding Mr. Zig with her thunder
Wasn't that the one
gauntlets.
that I hit? Oh, shoot.
Yeah, the one that
Sorry.
you hit exactly.
Oh, it's the same one.
And actually, you know what? She will, instead of running up to right here, she'll run up to right here, so she gets advantage on the attack. Punches with their thunder gauntlets. And let me swing again, just because I meant to do it at advantage. Okay. Yeah, but the 20 hits, and with 7 thunder damage, the one that is grappling Sig with its vines ends up dying. It gets blasted away by the thunder gauntlets. Again, thunder echoing out throughout the woods.
Yeah.
You feel its vines kind of loosen its hold on you, but I mean, several of them had punctured you and done a lot of damage. But you're
I light my Zippo and drop it on its remains.
nice.
What did you let go and drop on its remains?
A
What?
lighter.
A Zippo lighter.
Okay.
All right. And then let's see, she's going to use the last 10 feet of movement to get, actually she only had 5 feet left. She's going to get right up there beside you. All right. And then whose turn is it? Blue's turn. All right. So Blue is going to fire some needles over at our bard friend. So,
Someone's drinking whiskey.
so Mr. Jason, does an 18 hit your DC? All right, you are going to take 8 piercing damage as it fires these needles at you, and then it runs up towards you and is now standing in your face. Oop, not on top of you.
Oh.
Oh, I grabbed the wrong one. Come on. Come on. Come on, Eileen. Do, 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 do.
So it's officially Sunday here now.
Nice.
Woo-hoo! Happy Sunday.
It's Sunday.
All right. So like I said, you take 8 piercing damage, which if you go to your character sheet on D&D Beyond, you can put 8 by your health and hit the damage button, and it'll subtract.
Or you don't have to, and you don't take damage.
Yeah, I choose not to. I choose to identify as not damaged,
There you go.
which is fine. To each their own.
I disagree with you, DM.
Oh.
This
Okay.
fun story that you're
Never a
making.
wise move.
Yeah. That's right. Don't get in power struggles with the DM.
No.
Rule number 1. Sorry, I will bring you cookies.
When you have like the almighty
I'll
power
bring
to
them
be
to you.
like, and then a demon comes from a gate that opens up underneath you and grabs you and
Yeah.
pulls you in.
Yeah, there's a
And
12-inch
then you put a
hole.
bag of holding in your handy haversack.
There's a 12-inch hole that opens up underneath your left foot, and
Exactly.
jaws come out, and
Yeah.
your left foot's gone.
Yeah.
It's just gone.
Oh look, a meteor falls.
Bye.
You're sitting in an inn drinking, and an airplane engine falls on top of you.
My goodness.
Oh yeah, because we have engines here.
M. Night Shyamalan himself couldn't come up with a better storyline.
No.
My goodness gracious. That is a cult classic, by the way.
Oh, it's great. Yeah,
Such a good
like
movie.
Sharknado.
I had not seen that until it was pretty old.
I believe it. I believe it. All right, Jason, you just got needled by this dude, and he ran up to you.
Oh, he's all alone there. Sorry, I left you.
I'll do.
Also, what's Jason's thought about this? Like, he's walking into the creepy woods with these strangers that he just met and said, "Hey, come with us. We're gonna go in here." And now you're fighting vine creatures that are strangling and attacking people.
Well, he was looking for missing soldiers, right?
On a scale of 1 to 10, where is your value or valor? Where is your valor rating?
I'm thinking, pretty fresh. Like, he's probably had like a couple, small fights. Like, okay, I dealt with bandits here and there, like, normal stuff.
Yep.
Nothing out of the ordinary. Obviously scary because the forest seems to be attacking. It's very Evil Dead for those familiar with that series, and he's about probably 3 or 4. Like he kind of like Mikhail, he wanted to piss himself. Yet, I don't think. Dude, just like attacked me and came out to me. I think I probably I think I'm up there. But obviously, I know if I don't fight back, I'm going to get killed. Obviously.
Yep.
So what I'm hoping for like Jason's story arc is, he starts out kind of like cowardly, scared and stuff, but like as he goes through these fights, like he'll try and build up and become tougher and stronger, and
I love it.
He gets full of valor.
I love it.
Sort of squishy and scared, but anyway, he's gonna look at this this grass thing, and he's gonna break out the drum again for another thunder wave.
Nice.
I'm just gonna go with first level this time. That way I'm not using up all my second level slots.
Sure.
So cast it.
His con save was a 3.
Oh my god.
Nice.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, so like between the thunder gauntlets of Mukdoth and these thunder waves that are coming off of you, there are just echoes going throughout this battlefield right now. As you blast this thing so far up into the air and away from you that just vines just rain down onto the ground.
Ilya crouches a bit because of the loud noise with her keen hearing.
True.
That's loud.
All right. Yeah, you destroyed him. Anything else you want to do on your turn?
I'm going to move out of the thicket.
All right.
If I can select.
Nice.
Trying to basically get closer to where everybody else is, where
Makes sense to me.
my movements.
The other vines.
5, okay. Still trying to figure out how with tokens and
Sure.
settings. Just want to move me because I'm having a hard time figuring this out.
No, you're good. Where do you want to be? If you click on the map and you hold down the button, it'll do a ping and it'll do like a little ring around it so we can see where it is you want to go.
Every square is 5 feet, right?
Yes, that's right. Every square is 5 feet.
And just so you know, we've all had trouble with figuring out Roll20 and our computer lagging when we used it at first. So don't feel bad about that.
Yeah, you were in very good company.
Yeah.
Did it ping? Basically, I'm going right behind Stig is where I'm going.
You want to go right behind Sig? Okay. Right there?
Yeah.
All right. Perfect. All right, Amara, you have seen some crazy stuff going on this battlefield right now, and especially between those explosions that have been going on in your Chaos Bolt. What do you want to do?
Depending on, yeah. Where that the only vine left?
That is the only vine that you can see. That is
Good
coalesced into a human.
Okay. The only one I can see. Guess I will cast another chaos bolt.
All right, go for it.
Not specifically.
Crit? Yeah, baby.
Jeez, that one, yeah, that destroyed it. This arc of chaotic energy just comes streaming down right beside Sig and hits this thing and explodes it in a pile of smoking vines that just fly everywhere. And that is what you can be able to see around you. You don't see any other vines that are turning into humanoid shapes, and it appears like you've kind of cleared this area for now. I will say that you look behind you at the ground where Mikkel's body was,
Her babysit.
but his body is no longer
What?
there.
The body was? The body's no longer there?
Mikkel's body is no longer there.
Oh,
Are we
he's gonna
still
become a
in
White
combat
Walker.
order?
Dad, are you gonna be one of those creatures?
So,
Gonna be a White Walker.
Are we still in combat order? Or
sure,
can we all? Sure. Then I'll
if
have
you
to
wish.
wait a long time.
You don't see any more vines turning into humanoids around you.
Then if Ilya sees or wolf, tiger, the picture of
I
a
know.
wolf is making
It's throwing us off.
tiger is if there's no enemies inside and she sees the body's gone, she's gonna sniff the ground there to get a trail or a scent trail.
All right, go ahead and go over there and roll an investigation.
I can't move the wolf.
Okay, I'm assuming that you go ahead and go over there and you roll an investigation.
Always investigation and never perception.
Because investigation is when you're actively looking
Yeah,
for something.
I know.
Yeah,
My investigation is 0.
it's the rabble. Oh, yeah. So
Oh, fucking hell.
you go over and you take a whiff of where he was, and the amount of wrongness that just fills your nose is
Wait, don't I have a bandage on it?
it is overpowering. The smell of the death and the decay. It just, yeah. There's no clear indication of where he went. There's no clear trail. Yeah.
Yeah, my advantage is on perception or wisdom checks that rely on smell. So yeah,
Yes.
that's it.
Um,
My good nose.
yeah, so perception is good because you're using. So basically, what it says is you might try to hear a conversation through a closed door, eavesdrop under an open window, hear monsters moving stealthily in the forest.
No, I know, but it's on the tiger sheet.
Yeah.
Smell. You have advantage on wisdom checks that rely on smell. So you would think that investigation is smell too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it says so.
Yeah.
It's on the sheet.
It was a good attempt. It was a very valiant attempt.
But this is seriously why I posted that dice post.
Yeah. Yep.
Fucking happens to me every time.
Yep.
Every perception or animal handling or investigation, I roll shit.
Yeah. So you have seemingly cleared off some of the path that's around you. You can hear kind of some echoing thunder coming from deeper in the woods. You're not sure, just how much noise your brief fight made, because you probably were only fighting for less than half a minute.
Yeah, well, we had 2 thunder waves, right?
2 thunder waves and a few thunder gauntlets that were also, doing some not as loud as the thunder wave, but it's still.
For once, I didn't howl or roar or.
This is true.
Didn't help.
So what are you wanting to do? What are your thoughts?
Um,
And just while they're doing anything and I can talk, I'm sniffing around.
Okay.
Going around the place.
I examine the wood
Sure.
that these things were made of. Like, does it look like it's just animated pieces of nature?
Give me a nature check. Let's see what you're able to ascertain.
Ooh.
Jeez, that's a good roll.
He was scratching his chin. He's just scratching his chin.
Yeah, he's very interesting. You see how these vines have mixed together. You have this rare insight that is.
I'm normally a fan of wood, but the taste that I had in my mouth, on my tongue, I don't know. It has me.
From that little neck.
It has me thinking inky.
This wood was not a good wood to put in your mouth.
First time that's happened.
This wood, you can tell, like this wood was rotten from the core. If wood could be evil, your senses would be going off as if like this right here is evil manifesting itself in a way that is perverting nature.
We lost Yenny for a second.
It's all good. What was that, Amara?
I really feel like burning all the vines that are corrupted and diseased.
Sure.
Because of my whole world.
You gonna start to bonfire things?
Rake them all up into a big pile.
I had so many fires ready.
Everything on fire.
Set everything on fire.
Burn it up.
Now that you've started an arson, which is great. No, if you're wanting to burn the vines together, you can definitely like collect the dead ones that you already took care of and stuff.
Wait a sec while I see if I have spells to contain the fire. Like Druid craft some water or something.
And trying to clean it up too. I did that last time. I had to. I think. Can't remember.
Yeah, last time I want to say that we used the bonfire ability that you have.
Yeah, I had to roll or something to make it.
It was like an arcana, maybe, to see how well you could control it.
Yeah. I can't remember exactly how we do.
Sure. Let's just go with that. I don't remember exactly either.
If she burns it, I have a Druid craft ready that says you instantly light or snuff out a candle, torch, or small campfire. So if she has a campfire to burn the wood, I can Druid craft it out so it doesn't spread.
Gotcha. Thankfully, as part of the bonfire spell, you can, as your action or as your bonus action, you can dismiss the bonfire too.
Okay, then I will just kind of push together the vines that we have destroyed and stuff and cast the bonfire. Sweet. And clean it up.
Yeah, no, you can definitely do that. And it puts off this really putrid smoke that comes up into the air. It kind of adds to the yellow haze that's in there that, the snow has been falling through this whole time. But you're able to burn all the vines together. And Sig, you would be able to tell that this wasn't just an animation of vines, but it was a creature of sorts. It looks like it was a living plant. And with that roll right there, you would be able to tell that it was a perversion of nature, like I said. That you would be willing to bet that it wasn't naturally just a part of this forest, that something happened to bring it to life in this type of a way.
Some things are born bad, some things are grown bad, and that's what this would be.
Yeah, this was grown bad.
Okay.
You would think that the druid would have rolled that 18 instead of the 1.
Exactly.
Well, you would
but-
hope. You would hope.
The paladin rolls on
But
the
no,
nature.
yeah. The queer paladin knows more about nature than
Exactly.
Oh, my rolls.
Exactly. Well, I mean, Ilya would be able to roll for it, but she wouldn't be able to tell anybody because she's still a tiger. So.
Oh.
Fair.
She's just sniffing around still, and that smell of that fire has made her like run her nose on the ground because she has this very sensitive nose. It itches, so she's like, just my nose.
Yep.
That smell.
So Mukdoth does, she asks Amara about what you, why you kind of like froze for a little bit there before we were attacked, and what that was all about.
Very similar to the dream I had a while back that I described. I was transported back to the Feywild, my homeland, and there were no fairies around, but there were some approximately 4-foot creatures that were crystallized, much like the boy, so possibly Fey, I don't know. They looked so crystallized I couldn't quite tell. The leader from last time, that was about 9 feet tall, was not there, but it seemed much more ominous to me, very sad, and I just desolate. I kind of want to go home.
Well, do you think that we should travel deeper then, based off of what you saw?
I definitely want to. I want to do something.
I think that's the way.
When I came back, these pictures were here. That's awesome.
Jason, what was that you were saying?
I'm just looking back where it came like, looks pretty tempting. And you wanna? I'll be right back, Morbell.
Oh, you're good.
So basically, I want to, but I don't want to get separated from you guys either.
True.
I didn't catch that.
He said he didn't want to get separated from us either.
Yeah, well, they are discussing whether or not to go further north after Ilya heard about the dream. She just starts walking north and just 20 feet and just looks back like, shall we?
Now we lost Mikhail. He's one creatures or whatever.
That's more than 20 feet, but okay.
I'm just trying to move you guys a little closer up.
Yeah, I can't move my figure.
Oh no.
It just makes the video start cutting out. That's all. The
Gotcha.
sound and everything. I don't want to do that.
Make sure I don't have any music playing on this. No, I don't. Okay.
No, it's me that has the music. Well, you don't switch the TV, so the music is gone.
Oh, you're
I
good.
didn't even notice you switched the TV.
All right.
How is Heather doing with her mouth? Because we've been playing for a while.
Yeah.
He hasn't been talking as much as she normally does.
No, but because of that, I'm a bit worried. Are you okay?
Not okay, but mostly not sleeping, and I can't open my mouth very far.
No, I know, but I can imagine talking for this long that eventually it gets worse.
Well,
Yeah,
I guess.
talking.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, sorry, talking this morning to everybody too. My aunts and cousins, everybody.
That would be tough.
Strange.
But talking with family is always super fun.
Oh yeah, you don't know mine. Sorry, shit, this is going
That's funny.
wrong.
Don't worry, it's not like this is getting recorded or anything.
Yeah, not like it's going on
Yenny,
YouTube. Unfortunately.
Yenny failed her insight check and did not recognize the sarcasm.
Look at the chat. That's like failing like every check.
Par for the course on the rolls.
I can just roll. I'll just roll attacks and damage and let you roll.
Nice. Well, this begs the question then. Do we want to pause right here and pick up soon? Like maybe next weekend? Well, next weekend I'll be in Myrtle Beach next weekend, but maybe the weekend after that.
Ooh.
Next weekend I'm in a cabin
Nice.
in the wood by a pond, so I won't have
So let's not do next weekend.
Yeah, next weekend I'm busy too. But the weekend after, I don't think I am.
Okay. So, I mean, is this a good pausing spot, or do you guys want to keep going? Because, I mean, I'm fine,
I think
but
it's good.
Okay.
I'm fine. It's half past 12.
Last weekend of July.
So next weekend
30th?
I am in.
I have a wedding on the 30th.
Because
I'm
I'm
gonna be
at
out of
family.
town for.
I'm going to be
I
giving
can do
Logan
the
the.
31st, but that's not this late. Oh wait, 31st.
August
I can plan
August
my
6th I'm
schedule
open.
at work 3 days. 3
August
weeks
6th I should be
ahead.
open.
I have to tell August.
Yeah, because I realize next weekend I'll be in Myrtle Beach, so 21st through the 27th, and then I'm coming back and I'll be here for the 28th, and then the 29th, 30th, and 31st I'm taking Logan on his very first camping trip.
Woohoo! With axes
Axes
and
and knives,
knives.
and
America.
I don't use a regular fire starter for starting a fire.
Do you use your laser eyes?
I use a creme brulee torch.
One thing, not the 6th of August.
That actually works
I'm
really
going to
well,
my-
man. You put the kerosene in and.
Not the 6th. What about 7th?
Not the 6th. I'm having my first rave in like 5 years.
Oh.
Oh wow.
No.
Penny.
I can
Like
do the
7th?
7th, maybe. No,
The
I can do
7th?
7th.
Yeah, the
If
7th
you're
might
not-
work. Yeah.
If you're not hungover for 48 hours.
Yeah, but at the end of it, for me, it's the end of the day, so I can sleep a long time on Sunday. And just, I can do that. I can
So
do
wake
that.
up at midnight and play. So we start at 4.
Yeah. Exactly. Brad, how's
the
that
rave
look
is
for
my
you?
day.
Like the 7th time frame? Is that okay? Or do you know your
Sunday?
schedule that far ahead?
Yeah, the 7th is perfect with me. Even if we want to play late on the 7th, if I know now, I can plan my schedule at work, so I have Monday morning off or something, because I have to plan 3 weeks ahead. So
Gotcha.
as long as I know 2 weeks ahead that we play on a Sunday, I can play this late without a problem.
Okay.
But if I know shorter, then I probably have to work on Monday.
Gotcha. What about you, Brad? Sunday should be good.
How did you like your first
Sweet.
session?
It was cool.
Are we
Nice.
gonna do this on camera? Maybe stop the recording.
Yeah, we're gonna put you on the spot right now. Do you like me?
Recording stopped.
It might have stopped for Skype, but it's still going for OBS.
Oh yeah.
Not for Skype.
So we can always cut it off.
This
but
is true.
So what do you hate about all of us?
Yeah. Yeah. Is it? Do I talk too much?
no, do I talk too much?
Do you hate my salmon-colored shirt?
I clearly
Salmon colored?
Salmon.
Oh my goodness.
It looks more like beige with the blue and pink.
I was very excited you wore that shirt. Very excited.
I may have, when combat was happening, I may have been on Amazon ordering like a bunch of ruffled pink shirts.
Oh, you need pink ribbons. Marcus, you need pink ribbons.
Nice. Look at that.
Got the Driss Stewart shirt going on.
A little Salvatore.
Oh yeah. Gotta get the best drow. And I'm wearing one of my Renaissance Festival.
Like it.
I
With the
noticed
hood.
that from the start.
Yeah.
Let me
Don't
see.
see
How,
how-
it was 7. It was 7 when we started, right? Sig? You and I checked, and Brad was there, but was it?
Yeah, it was 11.
It was
Yeah.
1 o'clock central.
So 10
I've
o'clock
been in Zoom
for me,
for 5.5
or
hours.
11 o'clock for me.
11. Yeah.
That's
Brad,
fun.
where are you? Where are you at state-wise? Ohio? Okay, cool.
So not too far from y'all.
Yeah.
Isn't Craig in Ohio?
Is your phone a bit charged so we can hear you if you take out the cable? Because I'm constantly sitting like this to hear you. And
No, you're super quiet. There's a vibration that's coming through.
there's a static that
loud.
it picks up, like a
Yeah,
constant,
like a static.
like the sound of an old modem trying to connect my phone line through the internet, a bit like that.
I picked it up. That sound better?
No, it's picking
Still the same.
it's picking up that other sound, and that other sound drowns you out.
Sometimes
That's
when you
been
were
like that
when
the
you were
whole
when you were
time.
talking constantly, like it seemed to pick your voice up and you would get louder then. So you'd move from like a 1 to like a 5 or 6.
Supposed to be like he's frozen, but he's not. I see it blinking.
The
Yeah,
static
you just
sound
have to
is
tickle him.
I
Just give
know,
him a little
isn't it
tickle.
fun? He's so good.
Give him a little tickle.
But I'm gonna have to sign off because I have to get going and get space.
I understand. This was fun, guys. I appreciate you
Yeah,
hopping
yeah,
on.
yeah.
I needed this. This was a great time. We're going to resume and do some more shenanigans, and we're very close to the next chapter of how everything goes with everything. So I'm curious to see just what you're able to do and what you choose to do.
We
That's the
are
big thing.
too.
And
We're
back.
curious to see what you're going to be able to do to us.
I
Yeah.
can do just about anything within consent.
Ooh.
Lots of
That's
Sig,
me, I'm
Sig has
sorry.
a wide threshold of consent.
Hey, I ate almost an entire thing of cheese, so I'm happy.
Nice. I had a lot of chocolate.
Already finished the plate of fish.
Nice. Good call. Good call.
Brad, really good meeting you.
This was fun. Thank you, Brad, again for joining. This was a blast. We're glad that you were able to. And
For sure.
yeah, Heather and Yenny, it was wonderful being able to see you, Marcus. Hey, buddy.
Yes.
all of you. All of
Yes.
you.
No, but seriously, guys, thank you for the time and for putting up with all the technical difficulties and stuff. I'm glad we got it working. So
It was super fun just hanging out.
agreed. I completely
Yeah.
agree.
Enjoyed that 1.5 hour without playing, just
Yeah,
to catch up.
it was, it's like if we were in person, it would be one of those
A
things that we
mess.
would have. Oh, I mean, even, oh, dude, like it would be so
A
good.
happy mess.
A happy mess because
Yeah.
there would be a lot of food involved and
Probably then I have dice that don't roll as shitty as this.
yes. Well, one of these days we'll figure it out. We'll either, well, I know we're going to meet up at some point in Europe and then we'll meet up at some point in the US and stuff. But if we ever do it over here in California, I've got the table already. I've got the TV built in so I can plug the maps in and I've got the miniatures for us and stuff so we can be good to go.
I've got a lot of space and I have a huge bag full of miniatures too.
Solid.
So yeah.
Brett doesn't
And-
know this. Yeah.
Oh, I was just gonna say, Tim, when you started saying, you said one of these days, I immediately thought I'm going to cut you into tiny little pieces, which is a reference to
Floyd, metal.
One of these days I'm going to cut you into
one of these days, I'm going to cut you into tiny little pieces.
What is that a reference of?
Cut my life into pieces.
That's where my mind went.
Last resort.
I'm gonna cut you what?
No breathing. Don't give a fuck because after the heart bleeding.
No. It's Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon.
Is that from Dark Side of the Moon? Which song?
Yeah, no, he's
One-
right.
I was from metal, but I might be wrong. But I knew it's
You thought it was from metal?
I thought so, but it's probably you said Dark Side of the Moon.
Because I don't recognize that one from Dark Side.
It might not. It's probably not Dark Side. It's probably not
I
Dark
think it's
Side.
from the wall.
But like that's the only. It's not from the wall.
Is it from Animals?
I'm thinking
No.
what other titles of albums? I
No,
see the
no.
covers in front of me, but I
Momentary lapse of reason.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
guessing.
Oh.
It's metal. One of
Is
these
it metal?
days.
One of
Yes,
these days. Yeah, the
Yeah,
song's called One of
one of
These
these
Days.
days.
And that's the only lyric in the whole song is one of these days.
You
I'm going
know?
to cut you into
Oh, it's an
little
instrumental.
pieces.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is. And it's fun on
I
the
don't
bass.
think I know this one. I'm gonna have to pull this up because I do love Pink Floyd. They're probably
Hey,
my
we've got
favorite
'em.
from that era.
Is that really off of Metal?
That's what it looks
Yes.
like.
I remember.
What I was gonna say to Brad, you don't know
It is
that, but
the
those
opening
meetings,
track from Metal.
Tim all sent them to us. Tim
Kind
will
of-
send them to us for Christmas, and I was like, I got it early because I'm in the Netherlands, and I was like, I had to shut up for 2 weeks
You
in chats
did.
about the beautiful mini that I received.
Yep, because Amara
And we
had
were playing a
hers
whole
and
session with my mini just sitting next to the camera, and I was just like, oh my god, I can't show them because those still haven't gotten theirs yet.
Wow.
Still in stuff from when they moved.
oh, I couldn't hear you, Brad.
No, me neither.
I used to 40K, so I've got like a decent number of minis myself.
Nice.
Oh,
Well, I know someone here who's a big 40K player, and I'm
yeah.
pointing at him.
The
Well, and
order is
Heather too.
different.
Don't you play with them as well? You have your orc army?
Heather's a 40K player.
Yeah. She's got her orc army.
She's got a huge orc army. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, she doesn't have 5 armies though.
Like Marcus does.
Great.
That just means
on 40K.
we'll be good to
I didn't
play.
spend, no, I haven't spent $10,000 on 40K. I've only spent
Yeah. Shame.
It's all right. That's me with my Star Wars miniatures that's just the Imperials on that side. And then
Yep.
the Republics
I
over on
feel
that
like
side.
this now.
I can't get
I
a
feel
good
so
view.
tiny.
I recently had someone ask me.
My collection.
Conversation was about spending money on things that we have fun with. You know, like money for fun, and they're
Yeah.
like,
What's that?
so what's the most amount of money that you spend, you know, for just fun stuff? And I was like, games,
Yeah.
miniatures. And they're like, oh, well, can you give me an example? I was like, yeah, a new form of 40K dropped like 3 months ago. I put a big order in.
I understand.
One starting set, and to make 2 armies out of it, and the total bill was like $1,075.
That's a freaking
Yeah,
amount.
and I was thinking about doing that. I'm kind
So
of like, oh, I want to, but I don't know. Also,
Yeah.
I want.
Yeah,
That's what
it's either that or alcohol. You know, like alcohol or going out to eat,
Books.
going out to restaurants.
Concerts for me. Books might be up there, but concerts actually expensive.
Books and games.
dragons.
Well,
Yeah.
Games
and bourbon.
And dog.
And
Dog
bourbon.
costs a lot of
I
money.
went to Costco yesterday and I came back with some Angel's Envy.
I have bottles of Angel's Envy sitting right over here.
Let's see what's there.
It was full when I brought it in yesterday, and it's not super full right now.
There you go. Here, I'm gonna
I spend a lot of money on games for dogs.
turn off the recording for OBS. This was fun.